Guys, the match is going very intense. I originally planned to stream it later, but I guess if I stream it now, it will be more thrilling. Let's see. So far, it's like the score is 2-4, right?
And it seems like they're also focusing on limiting the options that Sunset Lover can play.
Which I thought is something they would rather pick.
The other
Yankton
options,
Galacticos
I would
came
say
back
there's
strong.
3 because I
They
feel like
did, draft
you need long range to do with this Melissa, all right?
Let's see how
You want to
this
cast
goes.
Miracle? I mean, like,
This match.
Scarlet Band.
you can try. The Farsa. The Farsa has enough damage. The problem is Melissa can get into range. So that's something that you got to consider. Eve also has the range, which kind of, not so great going up against Esmeralda.
No, yeah.
And then the last one is Zetienne, where Zetienne is pretty okay, especially if they want a lot of team fight. The problem is she takes a while.
And I don't think it's
The
either.
other one is Selena, but that one, both of them, I'm sure they have good Selena, so why not?
Yeah. Because even the burst is going to be a problem, I feel, for the Zetian. Maybe in the early they can manage a bit, but
At level 12, it's okay, but getting to level 12 is the problem.
yeah.
It seems like YG's really focused on hard stuns or potential counter initiation. They want the Paquito to run free because they picked it, and it's got to do the work of a Harara, right? Because they traded that out, and they're saying we're going to work with the Paquito. So Minotaur Eudora can really stop or create good counter engage or initiation. The Dairoth picked up as well, guys.
Yo,
You know what? Shout out to the crowd. You guys are amazing.
Holy.
Some might even say amazing.
Are we pushing?
Well, the Dairo gets picked up, so I was right. This is going to be a Paquito jungle. But again, Dairo has its goods and bads. I would say in MSC we've seen quite a lot of the bad. Like, he can win the lane, but what's next?
yeah, I think it was Falcons PH2 who were the first ones to use it. Slap already using it. Not necessarily reflects a good standing as KDA wise most of the time. It's just really to match and answer the Esmeralda, which I think again is a question we raised. How they answer Bomba? How can they kind of shut down Bomba?
Yeah.
But Spirit, they've locked in a Valentina and a Gatot Kacha. That's more and more ways for them to stop YG and all their fighters.
I know, that is really rough, guys, to go against. We're looking at that final pick, and it's going to be in the mid lane.
I feel like if they can get a hero with crowd control, they pick up the Rafa. Taking notes from Aurora, and we see the reaction coming in from Team Spirit. It looks like they didn't see this coming. And I like this pick because the Dairoth can shred armor. So it doesn't matter the armor that you have. The Claude and the Paquito will be able to do enough damage. This Rafa giving that sustain, this is a very interesting draft, and I can see it working.
Well, YG just bet $500,000 on it, because that's what's at stake here. $1 million goes to Team Spirit. Cold Star happy again with the draft. Yangon Galacticos trying to tie it up and send us to a Game 7. What a time here at MSC. I hope it continues as we send it over to Gideon and Mirko.
I agree. Everybody needs to start praying at this point. Everybody is looking for their team to make it to the very end. Here at match point, the pressure is still on Yangon, and they basically have come up with a more interesting draft, a different sign, a different means to attack this potential championship point. We come down to game number 6, and by God, if this isn't a marathon, and almost immediately Sawo starts off with a pretty good taunt here at level 1, just to make sure that Yangon, they can't walk freely.
They gotta. YG, their main win condition is playing through these fighters and just going all in with the healing, trying to out-sustain Team Spirit, so they gotta try to establish some lane dominance at the start of the game.
Yeah, not to mention they were also getting Pull Yourself Togethers from Sunset Lover as well. He wants to make super plays of his own, either stealing away some pretty good ults, but most likely going to be that Wrath of the Dryads. First invasion here. It's going to be a little difficult. Han is on level 4, but still has plenty of damage, and Sawo zones him away.
Ooh, Sawo with the Rectory able to pick it up. Han trying to deal a little bit more damage, but it only lands on Sawo, so that ends up just being a win straight up for Spirit.
And maybe this could be the answer that they were looking for, right? Sanjin as well as Hiko. It's still going to be a little tough between the two at the bare minimum. Both going for bottom charger. Down by, hold on, first blood achieved. Oh, maybe. Oh, Blink gets out of there.
Clutch flicker from Blink to get away, to evade from a possible first blood, to send Team Spirit into that spiral of snowball.
Man, this game has got me, even me, antsy. I don't know when the next big play is going to come, but at least we know.
Uh-oh, Kai's in a bit late. Oh my god, it's gonna be all the regen, the last hit, the flicker out. No way.
How? He managed, he's got like no HP. He's literally at 1. You don't even see the green in his health bar anymore. As now they attack the bottom side, they got the Purify out of Kid Bomba. This upcoming turtle is going to be highly contestable, but Ying needs to dominate. He needs to show control over this lane and make sure that they have first position.
Whoa, Zaur, what? Face check and a push against a Tyrant, gets insta-bursted down. Now it's Zaur with Revitalize, able to get the taunt as well, but the rest of the team comes around, and Ying gets a double.
The damage is good. Wrath of the Dryads is already out, but they have to back away from this. This is an unwinnable position for Team Spirit, and Yangon take the very first turtle of the game.
Big taunt, Sunset Lover as well with the face check. Team Spirit getting a bit too impatient with these openings.
Is it impatient or was it necessary? I don't know. It's a tough call here because now they're going once again attacking onto Kid Bomba's side, and I think it's just a little bit of disrespect coming in from Sawo. Wasn't really expecting to get knocked up out of his taunt by Han, but at the end of the day, it happens, but it's not the end of the world. The lead is still very minute. We haven't gotten to the dangerous 2K territory, but we're basically a quarter to halfway there. With 10 more seconds left on the clock before that orange buff alongside with the Lethal Wanderer. Let's see how TS is going to play, because again, at this stage, you might as well invade that top side, steal away one green camp, probably omit the next objective, and try to set up to get Sanji's Purify.
Oh, they're trying to corral over Han. Taunt doesn't land. Now they're all in over. Knockout strike as well. Oh my god, Sawo just so low. Ying gonna be able to pick up a kill spree as Sunset Lover steals away the Holy Baptism, but now he's gonna be caught by the taunt, and Ying gets a double. 4-0-1 to start game number 6.
Darn, I really thought Sawo was going to be able to get out of there in time, especially since Ying wasn't able to apply the shred onto the correct target, and yet they still got him anyways. 45 seconds left on the clock before their next neutral objective spawns, and I think this is this might just be a game 7 if it keeps going this way. We're already in that 2K dangerous territory, and there's no noticeable power spikes that we have to be aware of here, because Yangon will hit it first every time.
A 2,000 gold lead. Now this is getting very troublesome for Team Spirit.
Yeah,
and the lead is on Ying on the Dairoth. This guy's gonna start bursting people down, and not to mention again the fact that he should actually just be the support in this game. He should just be the support for Han to get those knockout strikes.
Yeah, but that's the truth of it all. That's really the truth. I mean, he could technically be like a cleanup crew at the end because he has his flicker and the ult, but now that he's 4-0-1, you might as well take full control.
Sawo with the taunt just to escape. Han with the rotation, and now take a look at Ying. I think just one jump and a basic attack and send Sunset Lover back to base.
Yep, it's too tough to contest for this neutral objective. Oh!
No, there you go. Flicker Wrath of the Dryad from Blink. Kaize is the one who picks up the kill, and it's another death on Sunset Lover. Sour able to go for the iframes, but now he's going to be the all-in from Ying. He goes in for the damage. Sour low! Revitalize comes around with Bomba, and Sour gets out.
And this is why it's dangerous, especially for a winning lane Dairoth. Once he has that lead, once he has that snowball on top of it all, and a Sky Piercer coming in from Hans, like, it is clear. Ying's whole job, shred, play as much damage as possible, and shred as many targets as you can from Team Spirit's side, and hopefully Han should clean up the rest.
AOG responded over by the Flicker, Guile, and Ryu down below.
Yeah, I mean, the Street Fighter gang looking for a T2 down on that bot side. It's forcing a reaction coming out from Team Spirit.
Hey, wait a second. Ying with the dash, Cyclone Eye, bringing him to a place that you shouldn't want to be. But they get out. They have to burn a flicker, but, you know, they get out.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Yangon were definitely in Team Spirit's basement there for a while, but they managed to sneak their way back out. And for now, TS, it's all about scaling at this stage. Zaur, I don't think he can really contest it at this stage, not until he gets the War Axe. And even then, I feel like it might just delay his overall power spike. But then nobody else has much of a lead. Even Hiko doesn't have much of a lead.
Yep. But the thing is, whenever you have a Melissa, you can still just play in the late game, right? We saw that from Vitality as well against Falcons when they were down, what, 5,000-6,000 gold in the early game. They could still just wait for the Melissa to scale, then play front to back. Then it's all about Zaur looking for those angles. But look at this lead. 1,200 gold lead in between the XP laners. Then it's just everybody who's up ahead 500, 600.
Yeah, they're just stacking up as much of the lead as they possibly can here. They might find something else. His Blink, he's looking for an opportunity.
Good ton of disengage, but Zao's still gonna be caught. Oh, he doesn't even have the iframes. It was on cooldown. Zao trying to save him now. He puts himself in 1v5. It's a double for Han, and he has a Sky Piercer.
Man, that was a bad direction to actually go for the dashes. He double dashed away from Sao when he should have gone around Sao back into his own territory. That probably should have been it. Without the combo points, without the iframes, he just can't get out. He just doesn't have the cooldowns yet to be able to make these super plays like he has done earlier in the series. At this stage, it's starting to get a little dangerous because Yangon, we've seen them with a 5.5k lead. They are looking for everything across the map, every tier 1.
6,000 gold ahead, Hiko. Oh man, even under turret, it's Hiko losing out of the trade, and Zao gonna be extra careful, my guy. Oh god, that was just one strike. That was just one skill too.
Yeah, and they're saving the combo here, making sure that they're threatening them through their life totals. But just the raw sustain coming up from Yangon's, it's becoming really, really difficult to keep on contesting because as much as you want to wait for your cooldowns to come back off, it doesn't matter if you're not getting yourself that net profit. And now, let's look at the items real quick because Sao, smartly enough, decides to go at least to get the chastised Pauldron. The War Axe is still underway here. Okay,
Sao
should be fine, but they don't get the AOG out of him just yet.
Oh, even with the dive on Sao, revitalized there, and the Rathan tried as well, but that's going to be the all-in double already. Go away right there, Sunset Lover able to pin them all down. The falling Star Moon locks him, but there's no damage. Bomba taken out by Han Ying. On their turret, Hiko picking up the kill, flickers out of safety, and finally is able to get a kill on board for Team Spirit.
Yep, and they're also going to get the holy shielding by the mid lane.
Wow.
Everything that could have gone right for Yangon Galacticos have gone right. And better yet, hey Ying, don't let you give the shutdown. It's fine. It's completely okay. Great shred as it was applied on the multiple frontliners, and more importantly, Zara, he just doesn't have the cooldowns to keep iframing forever here. But the worst part about it is that when you think that the Wrath of Dryads is just done, all of a sudden you start seeing Kaise just saying, you know what, slow down or completely stop. Halt right there.
Hope still in the air for Team Spirit. It's so low, but there is still hope because of that shutdown. Now it's all on Hiko. Their wave clear, not that good. So they're gonna have to sacrifice a few more structures as YG secure the Lord for free. As YG have 40 stacks on Han Skypiercer.
Yep, he's so huge right now. This is gonna be the strongest point for him in this game. It's only going to get worse for the side of TS. They need to drag this out for another 4 more minutes to get Zara back into position. And I think more importantly for Hiko to finish off his items. 50 stacks already, Malefic Roar already purchased, and a War Axe currently underway.
It's 50. It's not even 40, it's 50. Okay. A siege in the mid lane. Lord gonna be pulled out. Bomba. Purify out. Sao with the AOG. Able to land on 2, but now he's gonna get bursted down with the Wrath of the Dryad, locking him down. It's Hiko with the muddles. Not doing any damage. Sunset taken out by Han. Go away already by Hiko. He's able to find some damage right now as he goes on to Han. The falling Star Moon. He's able to lock him down. But it's not. Blazing duet from Sanjay.
And they find it! Zara the next to fall! And Yangon Galacticos make it even faster! 11k ending, guess what? 10! That's all we need!
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to a Game 7!
What an incredible series this has been. Fast, very, very quick. But statements have been thrown back and forth between both of these teams at the very pinnacle of Mobile Legends esports. God, what a showing.
Of course, it had to be a best of 7 going all the way. Of course, MSC EWC 2026 continues to surprise, continues to shock everybody who's watching. And man, what a show. Sure, it's not the closest of games to get us to Game 7. It's been Stomp 1. then Yangon with a stomp, then Spirit with a stomp. It's just going back and forth, but now, finally, it's back-to-back for YG.
Yup, finally they've evened up this score somehow. I thought maybe with the draft order, the TS was going to find something else, but Yangon still have some soul left in them. Team Spirit, they got to pull it together here. They're getting a little nervous. They don't even understand that the momentum is starting to build up for the Galacticos.
I have no words.
Could they have written a better story here today? We're going to bask in just the thought of that as we throw it back over to our analysts and, of course, Rain Day.
Bang, bang. We got ourselves a Game 7 here at MSC 2026 with the Lenovo Legion Gauntlet. The trophy. These two teams are a photo finish away from right in the middle. The hopes of a nation, Myanmar, represented by YG and EECA, now starting to, for the first time, look a bit doubtful if they can close the job. However, this is what we hope for as neutral fans, as those who love seeing esports, who love moments like this. This is what you wish for, Brigitte. And LaFell, I know that despite you wanting to stand up out of your chair, well, I guess you could stand up. You do have free will. There is a nation in Myanmar who is looking at this saying, we've reached the grand finals already. It was an M2. We have finally given ourselves a chance to become the new era, the new heroes of MLBB.
Oh yeah, that was a terrifying performance. We definitely got to see from that game number 6. That was a Dairoth who they literally took a risk with because it was a do or die.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can't spell Dairoth without die. And that's what he gave to Team Spirit there because let me just say,
not wrong.
Since MSC has been so good anyways, we got to go all out. We got to go all the way to Game 7. This is why I say, good luck to the rest of the games at EWC, man. I mean, like...
Yeah, it's tough, man.
We got the viewership, we got the games, we got the action, we got the jokes.
It's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie. Been some great games, great competitions across the board, but this one certainly has got to be up there with the best of the best. Heck, it's one of the best in MLBB international history, especially for these 3 weeks in France. I don't know where else you would have put your attention to say a game.
How they came back from almost losing and to the final match. Just check. This is the losing match, okay? And now,
the champion stands out of Hiko. Now Golden Hours have been dropped down. A lot of the motions that we see on the map for the side of TS is poking and prodding, right? And forcing out ults coming out from every single lane.
And it's this combo, the Arlet and the Guinevere, that has gotten them so many wins in Myanmar as well in their MSL. For Team Spirit, though, it's again just playing through the meta. It's them just building these leads, and for YG, it's about ganking Bomba again and again. That's a second one, back to back.
Tell me that isn't just picture perfect. Picture perfect-esque even. Just plenty of vengeance, and now looking for that punish once more, forcing Hiko to flicker back out. 1 of our memories as well being thrown just to make sure that he stays and losing out as much health as possible. This is a really dangerous game because Yangon, their entire composition, a majority of their early game damage is going to come down from Sanji, but of course the vengeance coming in from Ying, everybody can enable him.
So YG got the lead early. They didn't get the neutral objective, but it's A-okay because they were able to pick up 3 kills. All of them on the hands of the targets you want to see in the early game. It's on Ying, it's on Han, it's on Sanji. Now the turtle spawns in YG's side of the map. In the Brody side, Sawo able to escape. The arrow lands on Ying, but now it's all a race to get to this turtle.
They're trying to use the extra bonus movement speed to take first position. Blink back on the minesweeper job. Gotta get rid and clear these traps as much as possible to deny information from their opponents. But Sawo, he's going for more here, right? Focusing not only on that mid wave, but disrupting that backline for now as they get into the neutral fight.
Zara gets away. Now, instant final slash into the Requiem, but the Golden Hour catches him. And about Requiem's going to be baited. Fist crack him in as Han is able to get the Requiem, but Bomba's stuck.
They gotta get rid of him, and now they finally do. Han takes him out, and they even get one more in Hiko. They get a third. It's guaranteed. The snowball has begun for the Yangon Galacticos. 2.6K already, right at the 4-minute mark.
And that's the explosion that we were waiting for Yangon Galacticos. Even in the previous game, How can they push it forward? How can they push the lead even further through a fight around the neutral objective? Team Spirit have played it so clean in the last few games, but here it was YG with their comfort, AOEing, not giving Team Spirit a chance to react.
This is a huge build of confidence for Yangon at the very least, right? Even Ying flickering final slashing just to make sure that he can cover not only Bomba, but just in case somebody was behind him in that bush, he covers those angles instantly. And that's something that right now, TS, hey, early game's kind of done here. Finding these individual targets has been a lot harder because Yangon, they've decided to tactically split up their squad, 2s and 2s. Get your pairings on either side, play around Sanji, and he is going to be the ballista that breaks down the turrets.
That's the siege, that's the catapult, that's the ballista, that's everything. The whole siege unit is that Brody. But you have to usher him through. He's a very vulnerable target. Bomba, though, on the Phobius here, not having a good game. Now going to give it pinned down again. Sawo has a golden hour, is able to find 2. Now the rest of the team coming corralling on Sanji. Flickering out to safety, but Bomba's going to be caught in the stun. Now Ying with the final slash into the spatial migration.
Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. This combination between Ying and Han has been ridiculous. And if you think that's not the end of it, well, guess what? The truth is it isn't. They still have Kaiser and as well as Blink as major follow-up tools or engagement tools. It really doesn't matter who shows up first as long as Ying is nearby. And I think that Zara, this is going to be a pretty tough game for him. His base HP isn't that high. He's going for that concentrated energy, knowing that he's going to be a primary target for a lot of the members of YG. And here we go, once again, they find a combo!
Oh, spatial migration and the Violet Requiem. Sao's going to be taken out and now. It's Sao. Double, oh, they want a triple. Spatial migration lands again, Bomba's low. And Ying picks up the mega kill. Team Spirit can only just look for a trade in the bottom lane.
Yep, chain CC perfectly. Kid Bomba, unfortunately, unable to start using his ult to dodge abilities. Just it wasn't given the space, the time, and more importantly, it just wasn't a free frame for him. I bet he was spamming it at some point in that fight, but he knows that unless it's underneath his turret, it's the only way to keep him safe. And even then, Bomba decided, no, not yet, not like this. We'll take the trade. That's all it's going to be. Sawo a little disappointed, of course, but hey, this is match point. Hey. It was never going to be that easy.
They want to get Hiko next. Spatial migration already there. Blink. He's going to be looking for it. He finds the punch. He gets the fist cracking down the pin down with the Violet Requiem.
Oh, this Badante's doing so much work here. There's so many things that Badante can cancel out. Oh, wait, hold on.
Golden hour. Sawo playing around with the Kaiser now with the Lantern Flare on Sawo. Ooh, almost vengeance coming down as well. Sawo is able to get away. Zaur is trying to farm on the other side of the map.
It's tough. It's tough. Let's look at the replay one more time. Because that flicker from Hiko caught beautifully by Blink. He is not missing right now, and he's back on that comfort. This is a composition that they play many, many times, whether broken apart, but now finally as a unit this time. War Axe already completed by Hiko. I'm not sure about this one.
Uh-oh, Violet Requiem, but this time there's no Han to play around. This crack coming down with a pin as well. Hiko gonna be caught in the tough spot now. Oh my god, big stun! Sanji in the back, just doing damage, free hitting everybody. Hiko's dead for the 4th time this game.
It's a rat trap. It's a dirty rat trap here from the side of a Yangon. Every single time TS tries to overstep their boundaries, it's an instant punish here, and it feels like it never ends. There's just so much CC on Yangon's side that you cannot just send one member, you have to send a multiple. And even so, Sunset Lover now losing a lot of the structures from his side of the base. He has a lot less play area, a lot less ways to maintain important vision over key parts of the map.
Right now, Bomba and Hiko are at a combined 0-9-0. These side laners are just not having a good time. With Blink, Han, and Ying constantly CC locking them. Not even Sour, dude.
Yeah, Blink has been playing a strong game, but now here comes the Conceal. Let's see.
It's kind of crazy. He goes straight onto Kaiser. He's able to escape, but the Deadly Magic is right on him. It takes down under the Golden Hour. He's able to save him for the Battle Requiem, and now it's going to be all out.
And now they keep on moving forward. They have to go for the chase. Kid Bomba is going to be left all on his own as Hans chases the rest. Killing spree for Sanji at this stage of the game. Zaur for Kaiser, and of course, the Lord goes into the hands of the Yangon Galacticos.
Desperate from Team Spirit, but that's the only thing they could do. It's either that or they sit quietly in their base waiting for the Lord to come through, and that's a DHS for Sanji.
Holy cow, 14-1. 14-1 to get some momentum back. And Han, he's more than happy to start using that magic thumb to get in and out of these fights. And again, they're daring TS even. They're saying, you know what? You did this all past 2 games. Not this time. It's our turn to have a little bit of fun. Blow up some steam.
14-1 in our game number 5. This was possibly it for TS, but YG, they're showing how tenacious they could be. They're showing how good they can be in these series and that mental fortitude that they have in a best of 7.
It's a lot of heart here, a lot of heart. It must be really, really exhausting to make sure that you're communicating with every aspect of your team. Usually, the combo is just a 1-2 punch. They've got 3, 4, and 5 ready to set up for you just in case. But now, they're attacking at least top T2, but at the same time, they're giving up on bottom inhibitors.
This is the only thing Team Spirit can do. Again, just reacting to the plays and looking at the trade. Zauer goes in, with a whip on it. Fist crack already there. They're going Arrow, saving Baba. Is that leaving so Arrow to the back line, and Sanji's able to flick around the safety. Now he goes on Hiko.
They're still gonna go forward. Hiko ends up trading, and now they're on the chase.
Baba again with a dark wave on Sanji, but he's gonna get taken down by Ying. That's again at the back line. Sanji leaving the free hits on Savo. Last shot as he gets pinned down, and Blink picks up a double, and Sunset Lover is gonna be caught on their turret. Han, right there. Again, the arrow does not land, and Sauer is able to keep the minions from coming into the base.
How many more seconds still they have left? Not enough time! And there you have it, a convincing game for the Yukon Galacticos, turning it 3-2.
It ain't over. Not like that.
Oh my God, there's so much heart in these games. There's so much, not only the tenacity, but you can feel it in the play. They are not gonna go down like this.
It's the grand finals of MSC, the most unpredictable MSC EWC ever. Of course, we're going to a game 6. Now the
is to keep them mentally well. And let me just say, this is why I like my job, because Rainy asked a lot of questions, but let's be real, none of that is my problem. It's a problem that the teams have to solve, and because of that, I don't give a crap. Right now, I'm just enjoying the game. Like, this is the moment. After the draft, let me tell you, I'm just gonna be a fan. I don't care what's happening.
And that's the beauty, guys, because Game 7, it's like we've all thrown punches. It is the 12th round. You know, the bell tolls, and you're just like, who is going to take it? It is about grit, it's endurance, it's strength, but it's more than that. It's spirit, it's perseverance, it's opportunity, and sometimes it's destiny. We said there is a new era. We said there would be a new chapter written. We already know that. But what is the difference in all the big moments? And you go back again, the Odyssey, a movie everyone's seeing nowadays. You see these big impact moments that change the course of civilization. And when you break it down to the course of esports, there are these one games, these one picks that go, whether it's going to be Myanmar, who are your new champions, or whether it's going to be EECA. Is it going to be Kid Bumba that goes into the crowd hugging his mom, or is it going to be Ying holding up that MVP trophy and undying, becoming the name that echoes around not only Paris, but across all of Myanmar for years to come?
I do have to say, the thing that I like is that I feel like a new chapter has already been written, but like you said, winning this one, I don't see how the domino effect is going to happen. Like, this is such new territories. For sure, whether YG or Team Spirit wins, it will change MLBB. I just don't know how yet.
Same. I don't know what's next. That's the thing. I don't know what's next, how the other regions will adjust, how they will adapt or pick up some of the learnings that we got from this tournament even. Because we've been so used to something different, but they're not doing something different. It's a Paquito that, again, came in as one of the biggest surprise adjustments from YG.
Wow.
We probably are going to see it again in Jungle, but it's pretty much the exact same draft. They're not changing as much.
If they don't pick up Rafa is going to get banned, but they may have something else up their sleeve. And by the speed of how both teams have drafted, I feel like both teams have agreed as like, this is our best draft. We just made that one mistake where we, well, basically Zauer walked in blind and see 2 people ganking him. They're just like, let's not do that anymore, and then we can win.
So is it just the Rafa? Because the Gyroth is also still available, but it's not like they know that there's an Esmeralda coming up, but they decide to take it out altogether.
Yeah.
So they're just probably going to go all in. But they don't want to react to the matchup anymore. They want to play comfort. So if that's the case, could we be looking at maybe even a disruptor hero again for Ying? There's the Arlott still.
No Arlott available. I mean, they're not going to give it, and that's smart. But now the Uranus question comes up. Do you ban Uranus, or do you leave it open, and you kind of predict that most likely, if it is open, it's something that Bomba would be comfortable grabbing. That gives you some more information on the side of YG, but it's a risky bet because of the Esmeralda ban.
Yeah, because you don't get the matchup into the Uranus anymore, so you'll have to settle with something different. I mean, I think you can still Gyroth into the Uranus, but again, considering that the Rafa might get banned or not, because you don't know if Spirit are really looking to take it out. Okay, they just both take out the Esmeralda and Uranus. That's why. So it's really going to be an XP showdown, regardless of what the picks are going to look like.
And I feel like this is their way of opening up the Paquito. It doesn't have to be in the jungle now. Now without the Uranus as well as the Esme, makes it so that they can put it in the EXP if they so choose.
That is a great point, because it was too clear that he might lose that matchup against Esmeralda last time. Now it's not. Gyroth ban, which they're respecting, which means I think they understand this Rafaela could come out, but if it does, I would bet the Cold Star and Team Spirit have an answer now.
I mean, like, they can pick the Rafa now, and then after seeing the entire draft, they can make the decision. Where does this Paquito go? But instead, they pick up the Selena. So, interesting adjustment here.
Kaize, is it his first time? It's his first time on the Selena, right?
I think they used it earlier, game 2.
At least in the series, yeah.
Maybe
So
game 2.
There's so
Game 2
much.
they used
There's so much new things being introduced to us here by YG, drafting-wise.
But these two break. I mean, Gatakacha didn't do enough. That was what was picked. How deep are we going into the Roam? How deep are we going into the XP? Those are the only two picks here.
Are they going back to the Lapu? Because again, there's
I like
a lot.
That. Phoveus too.
I mean, I don't want to see the Phoveus again, considering that. I mean, like, they don't have a. Okay, so yeah, the Gato picked up as well as the Lapu.
Okay.
So this is just saying, like, dude, you're pretty good at this hero. Could you do it again?
Yeah. So the question of where the Paquito is actually going to be will be answered here. Do they feel like they're still lacking in terms of front, or do they want to just double down on damage? Because I think there's a lot.
They can go for some. Okay, they go for the Suyo.
Oh man.
Because I was about to say this Paquito can go either way. Even you know what?
Come on, baby.
No more thoughts.
Come on, guys.
Whatever happens, happens. Congrats to the champion, because this is going to be a good one.
You can feel it in the arena. LaFell and Brig have given you their thoughts, but at this point, they're just fans. So am I here as well. It's a Game 7 at MSC. EWC 2026 has not disappointed, and you can't ask for anything better to end this tournament. Yango Galacticos, first Team Spirit, Game 7. Let's go!
Today we bear witness to history. One match, one opportunity. Who is it going to be? Is it Team Spirit, or is it going to be the Yangon Galacticos as we go into our very final match? Yangon, they're showing a different side of their draft, but even for Team Spirit, the bans tell you a lot. The amount of respect that both of our warriors have put here today will not be forgotten in our history books of MLBB esports.
And you gotta take those gambles in a Game 7. You can't just play around comforts. Well, you can, but obviously, look at this composition. YG again, they pull off a composition, that unorthodox, all-in style from the match, or the game rather, that we saw against Falcons. It was all in, no frontliner. It's just Blink.
Really is just Blink so far. I mean, the early game is going to determine everything that's going to happen. And Sawa understands when he is playing on this Gatot, there's a lot of work that he has to do in these early moments. Every position that he takes could be the end for them. But I like the fact that, at least for the side of Team Spirit, despite building their composition in a style where it's definitely having to play around Hiko, they still are willing to take the Lapu on their side to make sure that nobody can get to Hiko safely. Not without committing everything they got.
This time around, it's still the same idea. Sanji would walk up again on Hiko. This lane should be good for the Claude, and so far he's done an amazing job at capitalizing on that. Now the fight, Gold Crab goes to Sanji. It's all about these small wins.
Talking about small wins here, Ying getting shoved in pretty hard, knowing that a lot of the forces of TS have come down to his side lane. Any little advantage could be the difference maker here. You can see that showing presence makes a huge difference. Now they're going to go for their traditional rotate over into the mid lane to get Sunset Lover as close to 4 as possible. And now that Kid Bomba is for himself, he wants to maintain pressure.
So far, Kaise hasn't landed a single Abyssal arrow at the start of the game. That's going to be the bravest fighter from Bomba, zoning Han away. Blade Surge Blink out of the way. Ying making his way back in again. The retribution from Sour, claiming the first turtle of game number 7.
Very tactical, very clean for the side of TS. We don't need to take unnecessary fights. We just need to be together. And now first blood achieved instantaneously. A good arrow coming in from Kaise.
Kaise hasn't played a single Selena game this tournament, and he decides to play it in game 7. One arrow landed, a kill right after. Instant capitalization as YG look to play it slow. They look for those pickoffs, and it's about map control.
And so far, I mean, we need to see Ying do a lot more on his side of the map if they want to at least fight for the next turtle, right? That's the thing. So far, it's about intercepting for the side of the Yangon Galacticos. If they can slow down the rotations coming in from TS, then they get tempo, they get that first move. And we've seen teams, that alpha strike that Yangon Galacticos are so capable of with a composition that really benefits that style.
It's about that build. How do they play the neutral game when nothing is available? After the try to the flicker of blade. Oh! Able to find him, but now it's giving the Blade Surge on Sawo. Instant taunt cancels it. Sawo with the AOG gets out just in time. Barely with a sliver of health.
Nicely done. Very, very nicely done here. There was a moment, a frame, a singular frame that Sawo was able to buffer out the AOG. The chain CC was really, really good. And honestly, the execution from Yangon was there. Unfortunately, they just didn't have enough stats to close it out. Back to the EXP, nothing much is happening here. Both Ying and Kid Bomba are playing a very neutral game. Ying will get first push most of the time, but he's never going to be able to tax Bomba.
There you go, this is the moment, man. Great cancels all around. Sunset Lover providing support, just not in range, but Sawo, he found the angle, he found that sliver, that window to go in. Sour again, trying to go for the clear, or the secure rather, on the green camp. Up top, it's Sawo, helping Hiko out in this lane. Turtle gonna be spawning in 3 seconds, and it's TS with the tempo.
Interesting. They're also bringing Hiko in for this potential fight. He's running the Purify as of right now, but he's going to be the safe haven that TS needs to fall back to. Sunset Lover is going to eat the Abyssal Arrow, but here we go.
Arrow lands on Sour. Bomba with the body block as Sawo is able to zone blink away, and that's going to be the second neutral objective for free to Team Spirit. Han able to go for the trade. It's a purple buff stolen away up top.
Now, these are the small little advantages that we were talking about here, right? Both sides refuse to give the lead up over to the other side, and naturally TS trying to play as a singular unit while Yangon Galacticos are looking for chinks in the armor. Now, with the vision that we are getting from Kais, he is very aware of the rotations coming in from Zara Egoist. Oh, Ying.
Blade Surge from Han, providing support. Throws out the Queller, lands it on Bomba. A chunk of HP away. Down the mid lane is going to be the Muddles to take Blink to half HP. Abyssal Arrow lands, but it's only onto Sawo. Now in the bottom lane is going to the jungle. Oh, red tree win for Han with that second skill, Sky Piercer.
Sky Piercer, rather interesting. But now, as we see Sanji get out of the way here, and we're also seeing Hunter Strike being built by Ying as first item, not even opting to go Fury Hammer into War Axe. No, just needs the instantaneous burst.
We have to pull out the items. We have to see what items Bomba has gone for as well, because there's so much damage physical from YG. Bomba needs that Dreadnought armor or he's gonna get popped.
Motions on the map is already telling us something here, right? We're already seeing that Ying has moved over into the mid lane, but the rest of the team is trying to cover for a potential attack from the side of TS. They read it out very, very well. To clear out the Lethal Wanderer, to deny that vision. Unfortunately, oh, wait, hold on.
This is a deep cut. This is a greedy cut.
This might be too deep, actually.
He dashes away, has the Bravest Fighter, is able to bait some resources, but it's going to be the Bravest Fighter on cooldown, though.
And also the Retribution as well, right? So, now 15 seconds left.
Blink flickers too. TS with a small win. Set up by Bomba. Another flicker.
They graze the chin. They graze the chin, and now they have an opportunity. Sanji is out of there. This should be a no contest unless they get hit by an Abyssal Arrow and gets one shot. But Sunset's Lover is still holding on to the Wrath of the Dryads. It's still 50-50 here.
Let's see it. Hiko with the muddles. Wrath of the Dryad already baited. Sour walks up again. Is able to go for the untargetable. Han gonna be taking a half HP as Bomba walks up with famous fighter. And he picks up the kill. Now onto Kaise he goes. 3 turtles. All the TS. Oh! And they go even further underneath the turret. They take him out. Sunset Lover kills Sanji. Team Spirits have been on the back foot the last 2.
Let's see. No, they took 3 members down. Why, right? But this guy will take that bottom tower, so still, let's see. Network. What is happening? Where is the What the fuck? Come on.
Huh? I have to go. Tell me, okay? I'll come.
Okay. Go safe.
Yes, bro.
Yangon, they just need to take a step back. It's about the timing of when they attack, not how hard they hit.
Catching your opponents off guard. That's when the knockout happens. It's the punches you don't see, and YG definitely didn't see that. Now, did he see this? Han walks up to aggressive 3 members of Spirit Corral.
That's creativity there. Again, TS not only taking into account the habits that have been made and little details in this game, but now they're getting really personal with each other, really taking into the account which camp he wants to be on and how he likes to chain his abilities.
Bomba. Famous fighter again on Blink. Now the muddle's coming down as well as the sun doesn't land, but that's the Abyssal Arrow set. Oh, Sour, Retry.
Close. Very, very close. And even Ying was looking to get into position, but unfortunately could not find the angle at this point of time. Technicality from TS.
Okay, chal.
Kaise, he's got to be very, very careful jumping into these fights. The same can be said about Han. Ying has been a little out of it for a good amount of time, which is rather surprising. I would have imagined that he would be there in first position.
Team Spirit with the lore, they have good siege as well. And YG, their clear is not that good. They have a Paquito that can go to the side lanes, but when it comes to dealing with the Lord, they're going to have to just group up together, and that means it's an opening for Bomba, it's an opening for Sunset Lover if he steals it, and Sour with AoE as well. And you can see it right here. YG just got to respect it. Hiko in the bottom lane, sending Blink away. The Missile Arrow lands, going to get the body block as the sun lands from Bomba, and that's Sunset Lover waiting for a moment. Bomba will Blink around. How they were not able to get it as Hiko puts the damage on them with the muddles.
Honestly, not bad. But here comes the second wave, and Hiko's going to start doing it again. Sunset Lover just stole away the Wrath of the Dryads. He's got Flicker, and he's ready to go.
Now with the damage, now with the go away, Sunset Lover with the Wrath of the Dryad. They find him now. It's that with the Missile Arrow landing. With the kill. Hiko killing spree, throws it around. Ying up top, running away. It's Bomba with the bravest fighter.
They're trying to drag these waves out. They're trying to distract them. But the whole time, Sanji, he's ready to go. Ying, he doesn't mind dying for this. He's ready to put his life on the line to buy Yangon Galacticos a couple more seconds.
Hiko, mega kill, 4-0 and 2. Kaise finally able to get that arrow on a perfect target. It was Zaur, it was Sunset that got caught. No bounty, however, it's only on Hiko.
Man, really, really high intensity game, man. I feel it up into my chest. The atmosphere in here, that's so many of these dangerous moves. I can't believe they haven't lost confidence in a lot of these motions. Yangon say, you know what? We have terrible wave clear, but if we cut the wave and we start pulling it out, we just bought ourselves another ticket at another Lord fight. They haven't lost any of their inhibitors. They lost the shielding, unfortunately, but what can you do?
Now it's... Oh! The orange secured by Kaise. Really coming online now. in the 10th minute of the game. These arrows are going to start to hurt. And if Kaize can find yet another one on a big target, it could send YG back to level playing field. Bomba taking very low. Sanji already right there, but the BMI sends him back. He needs to play it safe.
Yeah, I think he needs to reset or at least find a wave to actually, heal himself back up to where he needs to be. 15 seconds left on the neutral objective. Before that Lord spawns, we need to see Hiko lose out on his Purify if Yangon stands any chance. Wait, hold on. Kid Bomba already trying to engage. Blink, he's in trouble!
The models in the back, Sabo able to get the taunt. Sanji's right there, and that's gonna be hard. Oh, Bomba!
And they catch him! Double kill for Sour Equalist! This Lord should be free! And the question is, TS, you taking the discipline route or are you going for the throw? Because they're looking to open up the inhibitor first.
It's a Dragon Siege. Once again, Hiko with the muddle, zoning them away. Han and Blink both down. Ying in the bottom lane. Again, they are going to play it safe. Sour was already on the Lord. They just cracked the base open. They recall and they reset.
And that's an elbow right to the temple there. Yangon Galacticos now have to worry about constantly pushing mid-wave during these neutral objectives. And worse yet, with a 7.1k lead, is it inevitable, or can there be the temple breaker that they've been praying for?
YG have to defend. It's another siege. They have to find a creative way to the back. That's the only way. But then there's a Wind of Nature. Then there's a Go Away. Then there's Sawa, who's constantly behind. How do they do this?
One arrow could make the difference here. They need to find it somewhere, somehow. Kaize is looking for an angle, but TS, they are spreading very, very wide to ensure that there's no way that that's possible. Now with the Abyssal Traps as well, trying to slow down that wave. It doesn't actually connect on the wave, and now here they go!
Bartle's already placed. Lord going to be dealt with now as the wave in the bottom lane, and the top lane is going to come crashing down. That's a base sword up top. Hiko with a dash away from the Abyssal Arrow. Now, one final wave in the bottom lane, but Ying is caught all alone. Sawa with the chase with the AOG.
And Ying, he's able to delay this wave, and that's perfect because look at that top side. Instantly, we're seeing Han is able to do something else. He trades his life for something greater than himself, but it's not over just yet. That wave is still healthy. They still have the siege, and they even absorb the Abyssal Arrows. It didn't connect.
It did, and now the models are landing. Hiko dodges away, gets some shots on Kaize. So severed from Han, clears out the wave. They stay alive. YG.
Oh my goodness, this game could not get more exciting. I'm already off my seat. My knees are getting weak. My arms are heavy watching this match progress. And yet, I think it's going to come down to whether or not Blink can find a super engagement or whether Sunset Lover can finally get a punish onto YG.
I think for Team Spirit, they don't need to go for any risk. It's YG right now that needs to look for a wild haymaker to knock Spirit out. Spirit can just build. They've got the points. They got an 8.5k gold lead. Waves to play with. A Lord spawning. All they need to do is suffocate YG. Don't give them anything to farm up. The wave up top and the mid lane, it's a guarantee. It's slow pushing anyways, but the bottom wave, keep it right there. The jungle, take it all, snatch it all away from YG.
Yep, they don't. YG unfortunately can't just sit there and take it. They're already in the guard of TS, but they cannot give under their throw. They can't give their backs up as well. They're willing to sacrifice an arm and a leg, but if that's the necessary cost to win the fight, then so be it. For now, Sawo has been playing a very, very tight game with his engages not only being immaculate, but denying a lot of the space for Han.
Big pickup, divine play for Sunset Lover. Now Blink, the only frontliner, is going to have even more trouble to deal with the damage output from Spirit.
Well, Sanji, he's going to have to try his best here, and I totally understand.
Arrow lands.
No. They still got plenty of bodies there. They're going to cover for him every single time, even
Blink.
if it slips on through.
Blink! Not going to try it. Baits out the Purify. That could be the angle. Now the Brave Spider from Baba is going to be jumping into models. Won't be able to land with a stun. It's a big resource burnt out with a Purifier, but it's a flicker out for Blink.
And they got nothing out of Team Spirit. The Abyssal Arrows are now getting denied away. Kaize, he's going to try.
The arrow lands. No Purify. Sanji can go in. Kaize! Go away coming out from Hiko as he bucks in the models, but that's to the back line. Sunset Lover finds Han.
And now they want to go for a little bit more. He pushes him out. Kaize, again, he tries his absolute best. They got what they were looking for, but the Lord and 0 kills for the side of Yangon Galacticos. TS, this could be it. They've been waiting for this for too long.
Bomba right there. Sanji with the BMI into the bottom lane, but the wave up top is going to be good. AOG coming out of Sanji's going to be dealing with the wave in the bottom lane, but that's going to be the burst damage for Ying to be taken out. Blink next to the jumping from Bomba! Jumps with the sun. Sanji right there, but it's not enough.
Every great legend starts with an impossible dream. Remember tonight. Remember when the dragons first took flight. An apex predator arises.
The dragons have awoken.
Team Spirit are your champions. Congratulations to EECA. They walk away shattering dreams, but accomplishing something bigger than themselves. Every sacrifice given today, every blood, sweat, and tear for this moment.
MSC has never seen a champion from outside of Southeast Asia. This year, we were heading out to Paris. From Saudi, from Cambodia, from regions of the past, no team has wandered this far, but Spirit have done it.
That being said, congratulations to Team Spirit. We're throwing it over the roads for that championship moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, your newest champion of MSC at EWC. Give it up for Team Spirit! Boys, congratulations. What a journey you guys have been through. However, before we even continue with our trophy lift, we are first going to crush some keys. So if you guys could follow me to our key crusher over here at the back. Come on over, guys. Emotions are overpouring today. I have a question. Who wants to be crushing the key?
Me and Sao together.
Sunset Lover and Sawa. This is a historic moment for the EECA region. Their debut in M1. And now, finally, they are international champions as well. As Sawa and Sunset Lover are getting ready to crush some keys, the emotions are overpouring here on the stage. And there you guys have it. Team Spirit is your champions this MSC. Dropping and sending Yangon Galacticus home as the second. This has been a moment everybody has been waiting for. Such a feat for the EECA region. And there you guys have it. All right, guys. If we can now head on over to the front. It is time to claim what is yours. Make your way over to your trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Team Spirit. You may raise your trophy in 3, 2, 1. Such a historic day for the world of mobile legends. Bang Bang. Amazing history in the making, Kid Bomba. Everybody saw you in M5. Everybody was rooting for you. You guys were so close to the knockout stages in M6. And now you're a champion. How are you feeling right now?
I don't know, it's unreal, you know, I don't believe this is real. I'm like touching myself the whole time, I cannot believe it. I don't know.
I understand, you're definitely overwhelmed. But there's somebody we have to talk to here. Sao, Sunset Lover. Years in the making and finally you guys are champions. What does this championship mean to you both?
I don't know, so much. We're finally champions. Finally. That was hard work, and it's the result of hard work.
The result of proud of you. And of course, the young jungler, the new face, the newcomer, Czar Egoist. Coming into this tournament, a lot of people had their eyes on you because everybody was saying that you are a great jungler. But at such a young age, already winning your first championship in the international stages. What is next for you? What else do you want to achieve in MLBB?
It's very hard to say. Of course, we keep working and I want to win more. Like,
let's see what actually went wrong for YG from the game 1, right? That would give us a more good explanation.
Him also being part of that fight, which really mattered to them, and
it's winning.
How is Bomba as a person? Is he always so
They're interviewing his mom or sister.
Two, get away for a bit, baiting out some resources. Sour gets away from.
Already the game 1 was done.
Just trying to bait it out, but Ying stays patient with it. Comes in consecration. Sunset Lever coming in.
Their pick is Sanji again on the clock. God on the Kaise on God. I don't know, some fluctuations are happening. Let's
As well, the golden hour will be able to find it. Blink slow, Hiko goes in, a flicker out from Blink. And Ying's just trying to hold. Holy shield already depleted now as Sour walks up to zone. Turret gonna go down, up top. Purify as well, baited out by Ying.
Yeah, they're getting everything out of them. Unfortunately, every single time that Ying gets hit by the Detna's welcome, it almost trades ult for ult, and they don't find this. It's actually good.
Oh! There's the gush on Bomba. He's taking out 2 damage. Fleet goes down. Bomba stays alive. It's Sawo now with the crash course and a shortcut in the mid lane. Sawo taking low. Flickers out of the way, but Hiko is making quick work of that turret. Up below,
He's done it. He's already turned this around at least. He's taken something back at the bare minimum, but they can still chase this actually. Ying making sure that Hiko can't close the distance. He's forced to flicker back out in Zara. Now there, he's waiting just in case they need a secondary disengage. Considering everything that has happened in this game, yes, it is a bit of a shutdown, going over to the right targets, in this case, Sanji, but the lead is already too wide. 8.9k, now turning into a 9k lead, 11 minutes into this game. This could be a make it or break it on Lord side, and with 2 missing inhibitors on both side lanes, there's just no way, not even the spawning of the Lord RNG will work into the favor of Yangon. It's going to be very difficult. We've seen so many forced mistakes here.
but YG were able to get a few things, right? They got a kill. It's not enough. I agree. I mean, that's for sure a win for Team Spirit. It's a top lane and bottom lane base turret. They're gonna have far lane on top of that. But it's something to work with. It's a Sky Piercer stack as well for Han. So we have to take that into account right now.
It's one stack though. Unless we see
he's 3 levels down.
He is 3 levels down. Like, we know for a fact that this Lord is pretty much impossible to take, so they have to play for the fight. And if they are going to play for the fight, I'm looking at blinking eyes here to make a combo play.
Whoa, they use the miss.
And my network is so bad. What the hell?
The gush. Chomp down doesn't land on anybody. Kaise gets away from the missiles just in time as the bottom lane comes pushing in. Sanji sent down below to deal with it as the Lord spawns up in 7 seconds. It's gonna be, the pullback to Purify out already. Crash course coming down and the Thunder's Wrath. Now it's Blink in the back. Sawo gonna be taken low, taken out of the fight as Han picks up the second. Sky Piercer of the game. Sanji with a jump. Bursted down by Zor!
Can't get any more than this. And they've already got the last Purify down as Blink is trying to actually disengage the rest of their composition. But Team Spirit played that well. And unfortunately for Ying, just a little too early on that Purify. If he held it just a little bit longer, he might have survived it. But it's a difficult composition to deal with right now. Just look at this, right? As everybody's able to get their damage down, as soon as that Purify is timed out, that's when Sunset Lover is going to let that ball lightning rip. The rest of the composition here also very ready for Sanji's re-engagement as well. So TS, they've covered all their bases. They are playing very good game 1.
Even Indian
so clean. And YG, you can clearly see they're getting desperate. They're making these plays happen. They think they have their power spike, which is true, But the thing is, Team Spirit with the 10,000 gold lead, they kind of built past that power spike, the initial power spike.
Yeah, and the worst part about it is the frontliners have opted to go for the chastised pauldron to ensure that it's really, really difficult to actually chunk them out in key critical moments here. And now they've got that lore pushing on that top side. They're synchronizing the waves as well, and they want to have a delayed wave down on bot side. TS now on the attack.
Into the mid lane they go. Sour knows there's no Purify on Ying. 8 seconds for it to come back as the Rose Gold beater gets built up by Sour. The winner crowd is ready. Hiko with jumping forward. Sanji doing some damage over on Hiko. Bomba's still there. Golden Hour catches Sunset Lover just in the brink of it now as the Mystic Gush comes around.
It's good, and they want to go for a little bit further. Hiko wants to get right on top of Han, but they cleared the waves already. They need to reset. They have one more opportunity and one more wave to deal with.
Massive Mystic projectile landed on Sunset and Bomba. But luckily for Spirit, Sanji did not have anything to capitalize on it. Team Spirit, though, again, classic Spirit, classic EECA, that discipline, playing around these structures, objectives, backing away straight up, and then slowing the game down again. They're never letting YG touch their comfortable tempo.
Yep, but they've also got one more opportunity with their 10k gold lead, right? By the time we see Yangon hit 42k, we're expecting both Han alongside with Sanji, arguably 3 to 4 items onto Kai's at this stage of the game to be complete. They really, really need these items. And Sanji finally gets the extra range with the Malefic gun. He needs that crown, unfortunately. We've seen many plays where he actually gets really deep with the Blazing Duet onto multiple targets, but without that winner crown, he is going to trade himself off, which is not something Yangon can accept right now.
And to win the crown from Kaize as well there. Picked up for him. Radiant armor for Ying. So a little bit more defense, but you can clearly see that big diff in gold between the XP laners. Bomba is just a big chunky boy.
He's thick. He is thick, and he's also taking the winner crown as well, just in case a scenario like that happens again, right? They gotta be careful, because at the end of the day, it's still going to be up to Kai's to land that Mystic Projectile. If it hits on multiple targets, that's great, but the setup really just comes down to Blink. Han, at this stage of the game, has to be the finisher, and Ying needs to start peeling, but we see every single time the sequence is the same. TS will start to target Ying first, get his ult out. Maybe if he doesn't have the Chastised Pauldron ready to go, even better. Then immediately start moving towards Kai's position. Disrupt the anchor. Once the anchor has unhooked from the bottom of the ocean, the whole ship is going to start going out of whack.
Still going to be difficult, though, again, for... Wait a second, Blink. No. There's a projectile thrown out as well. YG, they really got to get control over this top side. TS have done such a good job at denying it away from them, and now it really just seems like Team Spirit will be able to take this one for free with Sanji showing up in the top lane.
They're trying to punish this.
Uh-oh, Blink. But the Conceal in the back is able to find two with the golden hour. Now the chomp down comes in as shortcut in the back line is able to get Sour in a good place. Hiko with the jump. Bomba with a crown. Blazing coming around as Sour is able to get the targetable 2 iframes as Hiko walks up again.
And now Ying trying to at least delay them. Sanji is on the run, but Han should be able to go down. Here is Sour in the 1v1 and wins it out.
He gets immortality, still able to chase away right now. Can he get Sanji down? He walks up, base the BMI back again, and Sanji's zone away from the base. Team Spirit secure game number 1.
Clean, tactical, all beautiful plays coming out for the side of TS Yangon in the southpaw stance. Cannot just play defensive against them. I don't know. It might be a moment where their drafting has to force a scramble.
They have to.
It seems like the only way Yangon Galacticos can actually start to get the tempo and start falling into these positions, because if they are going to be playing for really difficult wombo
having no dashes is one of the more dangerous picks against the Harley.
Yeah, if it's dashes that we're talking about, since the juice is already pretty much out, the Valentina is still there as a mid.
Philippines lost this time. That's the main highlight. Let's see, of our upcoming tournaments, we will be seeing all countries.
Now, he's able to sustain back up. Mama, no Purify for another 48 seconds. He's holding on his position. And Sour's too far. Armored Retry securing the neutral objective. Sunset Lover's Howl goes with the rest of Dryer, but he's going to be all alone. And now it's the rest of the team who's going to take him out.
Oh, man, the Minesweepers just wasn't enough. Oh, the final slash!
Lands.
Of course, Sunset Lover down.
Sunset. It's Han on a killing spree. And he's able to buy some time now. Up top, it was Blink who got the solo against Sour.
Oh my goodness, this is not going well for Team Spirit's Yangon. Now looking for some revenge after game number 1. Fine, technical prowess you can take, but we know how to fight, and they are fighting hella good.
No Purify, final slash into the arrow. And Sanji picks up another kill.
Double holy shielded down. What a statement here from Yangon that they are not going to lose confidence just because they dropped this singular game because they weren't able to fight. Now, because denied of that fight, they're getting extra messy. They're going to reach further than what TS expected. Can they actually get this? No, they don't have the minions.
Cleared it out just in time by Team Spirit. But remember, that siege was YG without the Lord. They got the Lord, but they chose to just push in forward.
Oh, it's a pretty big attempt here. If they can get an inhibitor, that would be great. But at the same time, see that TS, as much as they want to engage, they kind of need their flickers, and they know that Sao's flicker is coming up in 45 seconds. So at this point, how else can they look to delay this? They might have to sacrifice at least one of these inhibs.
Yeah, it seems like they're going to have to sacrifice the top side, man. They're not even going to be sending all their members there. Protecting the far lane and the bottom lane, I think it's a wise decision. So for YG, they'll take what they can get. That's a Melfic gun now for Sanji. 12 minutes.
He's strong, but the big game changer here really has been Kaizen as well as Ying. Those arrows have been perfect, okay?
Almost immobilization. Sanji with a Melfic gun, abusing it and able to find a turret in the mid lane. So that's 2 with the first Lord.
Interesting. So Sunset Lover has been stealing away the ult coming in from Kai's just because it technically works as a morph. So when you have morph, you actually get access to the rest of the abilities, like the arrow, like the trap. So they've been trading back and forth here. But I think the big issue is the fact that Yangon has set the minefield every single time. In the previous Lord take, Zara couldn't even get in on the typical angles or off angles onto the Lord pit because of how many abyssal traps reveal this position. Looking at the items, Chastised Pauldron finally done. Done here is the first item coming in from Sawo on top of the fact that he's got the Radiant Armor. Now it looks like he's building up to the Guardian Helm as well. In terms of the raw magic damage, they've got the burst. However, down by the bottom side, we look at Hiko, he's got 3 items too, but those positions are really difficult, especially when Blink has Flicker. He's just got to react.
No chance. Still going to be very tough. And now it gets even worse for Spirit because how are they going to catch Sanji? He has a winner crown very soon, already has that Melfic gun, is scaled past, I think, a lot of Team Spirit's own win con. So it will really take YG to make some mistakes for Team Spirit to be able to actually look for an angle to come back here.
I think the worst possible scenarios is if they can chain CC off of the Wrath of the Dryads. That's one. The second dangerous one is getting hit by 2 Shadow Strikes from Sunset Lover and getting terrified. I think that's also probably the worst case scenario.
What happens.
Arrow lands on Sawo. They're doing a good job zoning. Sour Ego is from this Lord. 15,000 HP on it.
It's so good. The Wishing Lantern getting some really good poke here as they're looking to contest the...
I was genuinely rooting for Yang and Galacticos, but we can't say anything. They did a really good comeback from this one pointer. But then the last game, the draft was...
angles from both sides.
No Sunset Lover in the mid lane as well. That bottom lane is looking juicy for YG. As patient as ever.
They can't correct this in time. I don't think they can, and I think YG should start actually taking the space, but Sanji just used his BMI. They might wait for it a little bit longer.
He's going to be sent up top, I believe, to deal with that wave, yes. As YG control this Lord again. Sunset Lover is busy in the mid lane, handling those big minions.
Now they just have to sit and dance for a little bit. Even YG understand this is a dangerous 50-50 to be had, right? Level 15 to level 15, as much as they have iframes, Zara's Retribution, if well timed, could steal this and drag this game out longer than it should be.
That wave in bot wasn't pushed properly by YG. Oh no! Able to react in time to that flicker, the final slash. Hiko. That second skill, that catch could have just possibly won them a Lord. Because look at the bottom lane. That was so unlucky for YG. They didn't build it in time, and now it's building back for Team Spirit. Slow push, and Han cannot go down.
It turned from an offensive assault to now a defensive assault, and TS now whole priority here. Yangon, you have a 5.7k lead, and yet they still can't get close to this Lord, not without having to worry about a bot tier 2 being traded out. And TS, they're so happy about this. They're dancing for days, and now they see Blink.
Sawo, he knows it's a tendency of Blink. He studied Blink's gameplay all throughout. He always looks for these plays, and that's the forced error. Team Spirit with a macro masterclass. Oh, and now the Guardian Helm is done, so Sawo can walk up, take some damage, walk away from the fight, and come back in. Han spot! Abyssal arrow doesn't land. Han's still in the bottom lane. They're going to go for the burst right now. Blink goes over the stage, having a pass. It's the final stage. Brings Zaur away. He's able to get away with the basic escape for now, but Zaur wins it, gets the retry, suns of the flick around at Han. And they're still chasing you. The Mavs get one, they get two. Killing spree for Kaise as they chase the last remaining members to try and close out this game. Team Spirit played for the Lord. YG say, damn the Lord, we'll take the fight, we'll wipe you out, and we'll equalize in this grand final. Oh my goodness, this is what we were looking for, a 16-2 game for the Angan Galacticos. Statements made. We don't care what the world thinks of us. We brought it to 1-1. No confidence lost. And what a way to start. Possibly
your stage over on stage 2.
Yes, it has been.
Right now, we're currently looking to lock in those top 6 for the grand finals tomorrow. How's it going?
I mean, it's been absolutely wild. We got some teams in a survival round that we did not think were going to be there, like Falcons, Vitality, Leviathan. And so these squads in the group stages over the last 2 days didn't have the performance in which they wanted to. But, hey, they get a few extra matches. Currently, they're looking good. They're in the top 3. We got about like 2 more rounds left on the survival. But, I mean, you're going to get the Falcons out there. You're going to get Vitality and Leviathan. But the bottom 3 teams, they're kind of getting mixy. You know, we got GK up in the mix. We got Heretics trying to make it through. We got teams like For Fun all on that bubble on the cusp. But, hey, we'll see if we can get it done because making this a championship Sunday is going to be...
Oh, boy. But they want to make sure that every moment matters here. At the end of the day, as per usual, but even so, no big items like Lightning Truncheons for the extra burst. We do see a Chastised Pauldron being purchased by Sawo, so again, it's still a little difficult to take him out when he goes for those big flicker plays on top of the Wrath of the Dryads. Overall, the biggest problem right now is the fact that Zara can basically fight whenever alongside with Sunset Lover. With that War Axe, doesn't matter how low he gets chunked out, he will be able to heal back to full as long as there's a wave, there's a camp somewhere.
Uh-oh. Careful, Sanji. Bomba with the Bravest Fighter jumps in with the flicker as well. Now he's going to the Blazing Weapon. He's going to get person down. Now with the Purify, it don't matter. When Bomba knocks, you just got to react in time. Blake gets caught in the stun and the Triad. The fight was already over before it even began. I mean, he's going to try, but they're going to get him here. Zar executes him underneath the turret like it was nothing. Fallen Maple, baby. He's so good. These young junglers are ridiculous. Whether it be Han, whether it be Zar, put him on something as overpowered as a Hirara, and it looks crazy. Bonk. You gotta give it a Kid Bomba here. And also, it's more of a mistake on Sanji for just not instantly purifying and getting out of that position. He held it for a little too long. And now it's a free neutral objective, 10-1. 6.4k gold lead. Bomba on the Lapu Lapu. With Sunset stealing away camps, but you know, Hansa has retribution. Still able to secure it. Fracture on the green camp, not giving anything away. But man. Wait, Zara gonna kill off camera? On Kaise. Oh, during the replay. Oh my god.
Yup, just one-shot him like he is so strong right now. It's ridiculous. And he's maintaining these War Axe.
Doesn't he have side piercer, right?
He doesn't. That's why I say, Hirara, as soon as you hit level 15, you feel like an absolute monster, with or without the CDR, right? Just the natural damage that you have, and you're able to triple it every time you use one of those combo points.
Zaur. There's a win. Bomba with a jump on the Bravest Spider now on YG. Oh, there's instant CC immune to get out of that. I'm offended, Ying. Just cannot land those CC locks.
Oh, and looking down the bot side, you can see that Han is trying his best to get a tier 2. Blink should survive here, but they might just end up losing it. Good lord.
I guess no.
I guess no. This is a really tough game. Really tough game for Yangon, right?
At the items, bro. What does he have? What is he packing?
I think he's already packing his 4,000 at this stage, right? It's an 8k lead. I think 4,000 is like should be on Zara at this point. He's a 2-level lead against Han. He's stolen what? How many buffs at this point? 3 buffs at this point. It's been difficult. It's been pretty difficult. And Hiko just getting, hey guys, it's me, Feather Heaven. Where y'all at?
Everybody's at 6 items. He's like, yeah, feather event. Guys, my investments are working out. Dude, I mean, for YG right now, there's literally nothing you can do. It's 11 to 1. You can only just, in your face, it's a Eudora as well. Dude, he is nearly 10,000 extra damage ahead of Kaiser, and somehow Han has not been able to find the big burst damage or the snowball that we were looking for. Holy, 4 items! Yeah. Oh, I thought maybe it was a little short on the roar, but good old wonder. He's basically dealing true damage, right? Before YG members can even get those physical defense items, he already has the Melphic Roar.
Yep, and I love the fact that Kid Bomba understands that he still needs to be somewhat tanky here, right? He's not like trying to greed out, going for the Hunter Strike. He's like, all right, I've got the Queen's Wings, I've got the Chastised Pauldron, I'm gonna dive every single time, and with the damage reduction, if I hit multiple people, even better, my anti-CC can get me in and out of these fights, so really, the all-in is dependent on Yangon more than it is for Team Spirit.
You know, damage taken as well. Bomba taking a beating, but really hasn't reflected. He has 0 deaths. Bomba with a jump in, the flicker on Kaiser again, bidding on some of those resources, taking everything and finding the stun. Bomba!
Oh, a mistake, and now they're gonna get punished for it. Ying goes down. Blink should be the next to fall here with an epically strong Hiko on top of it all. Like, if things could not get worse here in game number 3 for the momentum that Yangon built in game number 2, TS has completely shut it down.
Bomba just took a 1v5, baited all the resources, everybody corralled in, and it didn't matter. Bro's 3-0 and 3. Now with the Paper Spider again, no flicker, so he can't go for that stun, but he's able to buy some time right now. The arrow lands in the back line, and it's gonna be sunset, and Sour goes godlike. Han's gonna be taken down, and that's Team Spirit who leads the series 2-1.
Yeah, that's a really big mistake there. Bomba jumps in, was not supposed to actually land the stun onto Sanji, and yet it did, forcing him to flicker out, and that costed them the entire fight. It's moments like this, small little details that make all the difference, and Team Spirit answer back, you know what, we'll take this game. Yangons just have to say, well, okay, GG go next. It's still a best of 7. First of 4 wins are the champions. We don't mind giving you this one.
My goodness. It's been a while since we've seen Kid Bomba on the Lapu Lapu, but man.
Right there for the Brother, trying the flicker, locks him down for the Bolt Lightning, Kaiser and Blink. They got the punish with the enhanced, empowered, superconducted Fork Lightning. And Sanji, while this was all going down, that early rotation coming in from Hiko, he's gonna take all the gold in the world. Now we are starting to see the leads. The only unfortunate part is the fact that Blink has been taking these kills. But other than that, really, at this stage of the game, with how much money is on the line, the pressure and the pride of regions as well, Yangon, doesn't matter. As long as we get the kills, we're fine.
Hiko with a rotation in mid, getting caught. I agree, Gideon. But YG now they're a step closer to, again, pushing that lead to a spot where this composition should be able to get by this point of the game. But Team Spirit seems like they are confident that they have reached some of the power spikes as well to go for the contest. Bomba in the midst of it all now, pops to the consecration, able to buy some time right now as Blink walks up to the back. Sour Ego is bound to Shocker, and the Red Tree win!
And now they keep on moving forward. They've already found one into Blink, and can they chase on to Han? Yes, they can! And they finally let the final blow!
Big ball by Kaiser and the final blow to take Sour down, but the rest of Spirit stay calm and composed. It's a trade in the bottom lane as YG are able to get a turret. We look through this again. Fight, and it was the Mountain Shocker and the level advantage from Sour Ego as they forced Han to use the Red Tree a bit earlier.
Yeah, I mean, they managed to get one trade, but it's so unfortunate that especially for Ying, who actually was in great position with the Electro-Finable and
zone area.
We got so many drums. We got so many cosplayers. The Ghosts have showed up from Call of Duty Ghosts. They got their face masks. They're all throughout the crowd. I mean, and you know, if you know the Genomates fans, the Paris Genomates, I mean, we got tons of Genomates fans, Falcons, Leviathan fans as well. Like, everyone is showing up for their squads. Championship Sunday for Warzone is going to be the loudest stage in this venue, and you can quote me on that.
I am excited to see it. But listen, again, I want to go watch those Street Fighter games. So, Mirko, last things from you.
MLBB is amazing. MSC continue to surprise. I think the EWC is going to have a crazy turn of events.
I mean, watch out for VP, Virtus Pro, all right? It doesn't matter the game. Virtus Pro, as far as an organization, I got high hopes for them this EWC.
All right, and everyone, this was the first ever EWC Spotlight in Paris. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to go watch the Street Fighter games. So, bye.
Let me know
bye.
what happens.
Nope, I'm going. Bye.
1v1 now? 1v1 now?
Let's go. Shoot, I'll ride 1v1 rock, paper, scissors. Let's go.
Game 5, let's go!
Gets to some of these players, and we'll either see them rise or fall.
And now we have to take a look at this goal difference. 11,000. Sanji.
So much heart has been put into these games, such a big difference, and there you go, flicker out from Sanji. The autopilot might have costed him this next push.
And now for Team Spirit, it's about building that lead again. It's about going back to basics, playing around the fundamentals that they've relied on their entire careers. Making it to this point, and again, winning through it. Small leads, building up. Now bot wave and the top wave coming down as well. Sanji, you gotta be careful, buddy. You got no flicker.
And now the siege begins. The ball lightning has already been thrown out. That's guaranteed to at least get one inhibitor here.
Zara up top, dodges away from the swings, the slashes. Hiko in the mid lane, picking up the base turret. Lord already coming down as well, but YG are able to clear it. Bomba keeping those stacks alive, taking a shot on from the turret.
This is smart. This is smart. TS, they're trying to keep them to that top side to make sure that the bottom wave actually collapses and they can at least net themselves the long lanes inhibitor. That would be great, but they know that they've delayed it on purpose, so they're going to take it one by one.
Oh, Bomba baited everything. The ball lightning, the Thunder's Wrath. They got no resources now. It's all up to Ying and Blink.
This is immaculate wave control from Team Spirit. They're going to get this too, unless YG want to die for it. Winds of Nature purchased by Hiko, and I think that's the final nail that they were looking for.
We've had Lord Dance before. We've had some of these terms that we've seen. But Gideon, that was a Dragon Siege, that's for sure.
Oh my goodness. They've already climbed over the walls. And as everybody here,
they burned the walls down.
It's gone.
They flew by.
It's pure devastation on a macro level. Malefic gun purchased by Sanji. I don't even know if that's going to be enough, but he probably won't lose his Flicker to Sunset Lover again if that is the case. If he can kite him out, he can maintain his stacks.
He knows the Flicker was still down if he caught him.
Hey, he's got BMI. Sanji ain't gonna make mistakes like that, I hope. I hope and pray. We never know in these types of games, man. The pressure eventually gets to some of these players, and we'll either see them rise or fall.
And now we have to take a look at this goal difference. 11,000. Sanji, he was the main man to try to get on Hiko. Zaur as well, but now the Wind of Nature is built for Hiko. You can't even do that. Ying as well. What is that damage? Hiko!
Hiko Mania coming back online. Now they're just gonna chase who's next. Blink on that son of chopping block. You're gonna turn into a maniac or you're gonna make him a savage. TS, let's find out as they're knocking on the door here in game number 4.
Ying brought a katana to a gunfight. Hiko showed him exactly why you don't do that. Golden Hour. Sanji able to flicker out of the Golden Hour. Pops in the blazing duet already. But Hiko's gone like Zaur walks up. It's Hiko with the shots again. He finds another. And Team Spirit secure match point.
And you can see nobody on the side of Team Spirit. They're not jumping for joy just yet. They know that there is only one more game to become a champion. They've achieved match point.
To quote Sunset Lover after securing grand finals, job's not done. And it truly isn't done yet. Yangon Galacticos, they've been able to dig deep before. They've been able to come back before. Now 3-1. What do they need to pull it back?
Man, I want to say comfort picks. Most teams, they got it. The boxer was there. Most teams, especially when pushed into these corners, they start playing the things, even if it's in a bad composition, just to feel comfortable, just to put everything on the line to say that we gave it
International ever. For MLBB with the results, with the quality of the matches as well. I think we got to go all the way back if we want to talk about it, man. The journey with the
Where do we even start with this? Because it was such an incredible story for Team Spirit.
That's a good question. I don't even know where to start, man. Firstly, this is by far the best international ever for MLBB with the results, with the quality of the matches as well. I think we got to go all the way back if we want to talk about it, man. The journey of all these teams. But firstly, just the upsets that we got to see. I think a little bit of a spark already at the start of the tournament where we got a little bit of a tidbit, foreshadowing of how crazy it would be with TL, the defending champions, the team that everybody thought were going to go back-to-back, losing, getting eliminated by East.
To Cold Star, the coach, keeping him locked in. And the young Zauer Eagle is 16 years old, finding his first international title as he debuts. Sunset said it was a result of hard work. But it wasn't just that. This MSC, the tournament of upsets, the tournament of new heroes and new dynasties, new destinies forged, new pathways claimed, and new opportunities as $1 million goes into the hands of those 5 gentlemen on stage. From all of us here at Moonton, at MLBB, at MSC, from Brig and LaFell on desk, from Mirko, Gideon, and the cast, and our entire crew, all of the production, my name's Ben Rainday. I'll remind you to never give up, to never stop gaming. And we will leave you with the SDC recap and a reminder to stick around for EWC Spotlight. Goodbye. SDC recap and a reminder to stick around for EWC Spotlight. Goodbye. Win, and that won them the game. The ban comes out immediately for Onyx.
And what makes that so?
Send Falcons and Onyx into our 3rd place match, which we will see today to start off our action.
But EWC 2025 that I don't want to play again in Battle for Third.
But here you are.
Yeah, no choice.
No choice. Are you gonna give everything though?
Yeah.
Still. You still want to win?
Still 100,000 USD.
Okay. So money's on the line now.
Yeah.
Is pride also on the line, Calvin?
Yeah.
Well, what pride? Can you talk to us about the pride?
About the pride, I want to prove that even though we didn't reach the finals, I want to prove that I can still play with PH team.
Okay, and I think you can do it.
I think.
You think 100% out of 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still 100%.
Still 100%. Okay. But after playing with, an ID team finally here at MSC, what do you think is lacking from the ID region?
I think the communication and sometimes, communication.
So it's just communication. Do you think mentality is an issue for the Indonesian
I think
teams?
No. The only lacking is communication.
Okay, so the only thing that's lacking is communication. And technically, I know, again, this is kind of weird to ask you, but technically this is a rematch of M5. So did you hear anything about that from the rest of your teammates?
Yeah, expectation versus reality.
Expectation versus reality. What does that mean?
Because it should be the grand finals, not in battle for third.
It should be the grand finals, not battle for third.
Yeah.
But of course, you're coming in with a lot of energy again for this battle of third place. You mentioned about your pride as well. So Kelra, with that in mind, do you have a message to your opponents here in the third place match?
For my opponent, still good luck and have fun. And let's give the viewers a very good match.
I heard you guys are best friends. Is it true?
Yeah.
Best of friends?
Best friends.
Best
Forever.
friends. Thank you, Kelra. Good luck for your third placer.
Thank
We're
you.
now going to throw it over back to you guys.
Does seem like there's a little bit of more relaxation, although Kelra has always given us those fun responses, and he continues to do so. Battle for third on the line here with Onic and Team Falcons PH, and I think, Renmar, this is a matchup that has a lot of implications. We said it before, but for a third place match, there is so much to fight for still.
Yeah, I hope as we progress into this match, you see the players getting more hyped up, forgetting that it's a battle for third, thinking that it's a grand finals. They bring out the best in each other.
They truly do. And I think if we were talking about whether this match is just going to be a show or not, I think no matter what, we're going to have some great games here.
Yeah.
Whether it's for third, whether it's grand finals, these two teams are always going to bring us some entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, I think getting to the knockout stages, having $100,000 guaranteed, but then in third and fourth place, having the ability to double that prize pool, that has got to be motivation. And one of the things I love about MLBB, and we have told stories behind the scenes, what these players have been able to do back in their home countries with this prize money, it's life-changing.
Yeah, a bunch of them have their own small businesses, have set up homes for their families, have fulfilled long-held promises of mom, dad, I'm going to build a house for you, I'm going to get you a car, extra 100,000 G's for the team. That means the world.
It's huge. I mean, it is, what is it? That's practically 2 MPL championships right there. For your team.
Yeah.
That's 2 home league championship wins in just one game. All the work they put in for a whole season essentially is cooked down to this one game right here.
Well, so far in this tournament, adaptation has been the test, but it is also now the requirement to move forward. Team Onic and Team Falcons PH have not had the roads they expected. Expectation versus reality is the theme for this third place. But when it comes to the club championship, when it comes to an extra $100,000, there is so much on the line in this third place match. So you got to pay attention. You got to give your best. One series could be the difference between life-changing money or going home still wanting more.
Good morning, my friends, MLBB fans all around the world. MSC 2026 said the Esports World Cup is almost coming to a close. We have one matchup before we head into our grand final. As you've heard on our panel, this one is for the third and fourth place. But trust me, none of these two teams are going to be playing it easy. It's a big Indo-Philippines matchup. And Rose, we've seen this one 1,000,000+ times.
Yes, you know what, Milosh, you are right. Because this is not just a ID-PH matchup. This is a rematch of the M5 Grand Finals. And if we remember correctly, that was the matchup where Falcons came out on top.
That's some sort of bragging rights to play with, right? You want to continue on with that story, at least here in third place at MSC. And for Onic, they've been here before, even in MSC last year. They want to go beyond that. They want to at least hold on to that third place.
Oh yeah, now the question is, who will actually get the bragging right of number 3 here at MSC at EWC? So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Team Falcons Philippines! Battling in one final match where they are pouring their everything. No longer for the trophy nor the championship, but for $250,000 and all the bragging rights in the world of MLBB. As this is the M5 Grand Finals rematch. Can the Falcons glide their way through the Sky Kings once again?
Oh, they're coming in hot and a lot of energy behind it. This is what we want to see here in our third place matchup. So please join me in welcoming their opponents. The Sky Kings find themselves for 2 consecutive years between Cloud 6 and 7 at MSC. The Wasta Trophy is out of their reach, the cash prize, and the bragging rights are still up for grabs at the MSC stage. From the gold lane to the jungle and everything in between, these two rosters are incredibly familiar with one another, including in the moves themselves. My God, dancing steps before a third place game.
Hold on. Can we do something different for this third placer match? Instead of a handshake, I would like a little bit of a dance battle. Kelra, Flap, let us meet in the middle as the rest of the players take their seats.
As you're used to it, please come on into the middle.
A little bit of a dance battle. Oh yeah, they're going at it, guys. They're going at it.
Yeah.
There you go. The pride of the Filipinos in the third placer match. All is fun and all is well here in MSC at EWC 2026. Milosh, this will be one hell of a match and it's going to be super duper fun. I cannot wait. Let us show it over to the desk.
Well, what a pleasant surprise to start our day off with a little dance battle. I didn't know that was a part of the competition at EWC, but I think Kelra, Flap, they might have just won it.
Yeah, Trex, you wanted entertainment, we got it right away.
We got to start things off a little light before things get intense, obviously. Yeah. Show the love and competition between these two teams.
The truth is, they're shaking off some emotion. You could tell that they went through the heartbreak yesterday, and now they've got to bounce back. It's like doing the ultimate exit interview. You have to come back on stage after losing, after failing what you wanted to get, and still show up and perform, still put on a smiling face. So I like that they're leaning into it, but also choosing a different approach, because yesterday's seriousness in this meta didn't quite work. So they know they've got to adapt, they've got to take a different route.
Yeah, so far I think they're just slowly peeling away the layers of the onion that is this match. There's personal pride. They want to get past that hurdle of, oh, we're not in the final, so let's see what we can do for ourselves. Then that steps up. It's team pride. It's org pride until the creeping reality hits them like a truck. It's country pride. It's Philippines and Indonesia.
And sometimes when you get down to it, in a sport, when there's so much on the line, the only thing you could do as a player, Trex, is just focus on the game. You have to put all that to the side and show up and play how you normally play.
And if there's any players that can do that, I think it's them right here. Already, I mean, look at my guy. He's locked in. They're ready. Everything else is gone at this moment. The fans are invisible. It's nothing but them and their opponents in front of them. And you got to think, these two teams right here, they were prepared probably to face each other in the grand finals.
Just in a different setting.
They were very prepared for this moment. They know exactly what they are about to go up against.
And I hope we still get to see surprises in this MSC of upsets and surprises. Because last year, there was one big surprise that Onyx, the Indonesian Onyx, pulled up against Onyx Philippines, wherein we got to see Kiboy play an Estes. Can we get that kind of level of surprise again for this battle for third? I hope so.
Well, it is going to be a matchup of stars. You can see it in the sign. I feel like Maui maybe is he telling the crowd all of our pre-notes? Because that sign had Gold Standard versus Bulletproof Marco. That's what I was going to talk about here, because the gold lane is a big matchup between two stars, but also two keys to victory for these teams that they have to somehow enable when so much of the focus has been on the EXP lane and the jungle.
Yeah, I think these are two gold laners that have gone down in the history of MLBB, and to see them face off today, I mean, we're in for something. And every lane speaks on that. EXP, Kyle versus Kyrie in jungle, mid lane. I mean, all of these players, all 10 of them are veterans.
Now let's see what happens in the draft, because we saw how important the draft was for Falcons when they slowly started to realize how they can pick away at Yangon Galacticos up until Yangon Galacticos got the best of them in game number 5. Meanwhile, Onyx, it seems like they just couldn't figure out team spirit yesterday. Let's see if Onyx knows Falcons than they did Spirit in the previous matchup. Flying Cloud, though, does not bode well for Falcons. They have no wins in that map this MSC.
And you know, it's interesting because they are on red side as well, and Onyx is a team that does well notoriously on red side, but also on blue side. So this is a squad that is going to be maybe playing a little bit out of their comfort zone, a little bit out of their strengths in comparison to their matchups. But these bans will tell a story. The Selena prioritizing the Barats and the Atlas. That forces also the Fanny and the Freya on the side of Falcons with one more to go.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of bans, it has been so interesting seeing them evolve because every single day, every single matchup, depending on what team they are going against, each team decides and opts for different options. And the Selena and the Barats, I feel like, are the new addition in a game one set of bans, especially against Falcons. The Selena has been a problem for a lot of teams.
Yeah, Trex, earlier you were mentioning the importance of each lane matchup. I think we have to look with EXP first. Lutpi is still undefeated on his Uranus. Meanwhile, his counterpart in the lane, Flap, is undefeated on the Esmeralda. So Falcons decides to respect the Uranus and give the Marcel. But remember, the Valentina is still open, and with Marcel giving shields to the lowest health member of his team as his passive, they might just lock in a surprise Valentina Esmeralda right away.
Esmeralda could be good along with that Valentina. Barat's also still open. Harara
He is
also...
But I like the Harara, though.
Onyx.
I mean, not Barat's, Belleric. The Beast, my bad. Belleric also still open, and then the Harara as well, which I feel like some of these picks, as we've gotten farther in the tournament, haven't been as guaranteed win. We've been seeing the Harara lose here and there, so maybe it's a smarter idea to round out that front line before you start locking in those damage picks like you were saying, Renmark.
Yeah, but Falcons decide to go up against that. They leave the Valentina open. I think they're expecting the Valentina won't get picked up by Onyx, as you usually want to pair up heroes such as the Kimmy with this Marcel, sometimes the Eve, so that you get a longer box of lockdown so your opponents can't get away. Falcons, I love this Esmeralda pickup. The Hirara this early on, I feel like this is just a lot of respect onto Kyrie and the capabilities of that hero. Again, a lot of players, pro or normies like us, say Hirara is broken.
And she doesn't require the same level of execution to be effective, and those iframes are proving to be big either baits, big either opportunities to go in and get that extra kill and get out.
Yeah.
There are things that I feel like now, after an entire tournament of seeing, we thought Ling might compete. Fanny's banned much too often and requires such a high skill ceiling to perform. And Harara seems like by far the most standard best pick, and that's why we're seeing the grab there. But they do take the Valentina away if that was a choice that Falcons wanted to go to later on.
And this pick right here with the Harley has become the answer to the Harara. It's become the possibility of defeating it. And the big thing is it can keep its range, right? It can target down. It can go against it in the Turtle or Lord pit. But I do think there's also a big risk with this pick. If it takes a big hit early on in the game in the first 5 minutes, you don't see much action until late game at that point. Don't get me wrong, Harley still does have a decent late game. Once that Holy Crystal, once that 4th or 5th item gets locked in, there's possibility for damage and still kill pressure in late game. There's early game pressure, but again, if it gets a death or two, you're kind of locked in for only late game possibilities.
Yeah, which is why you see the roam pick up on the glue for Team Falcons here, because if you go back just a few months ago, with all of the Harleys and Leomords and Suyos that we saw in the jungle, glue roam is hot commodity because of how quickly you can help clear the mid lane, and it encourages an early invade after you clear the first wave in mid, whether you're going to go to the orange buff or purple buff, but most of the time teams love to go in the purple buff. Surprising here though that Falcons are reading Onyx as the possibility of picking up a Ruby, so that might be a little bit of a teaser in the mindset of Falcons, wherein they might be a little bit more close range and clumped up together. One pick they have to watch out for here in the gold lane is the Granger of Kelra. That pairs very well with the Marcel, and together with the Harley scales up way too quick.
Well, I think I was first going to ask this question before we saw the ban come out. Claude, do you respect the ban? Because that's what Super Marco did yesterday to start turning the games around. He had that moment where they dove him, got the turtle, got the shield back up, and then turned it back into a 2-0.
Interesting.
Mid lane pick of Falcons will either be something to help out Joy.
They've opted opted for the another hero
here.
This is a crowd-controlled meta at its core.
Well, there was a lot of bans targeting the EXP lane, and we have a chance now to see Phoveus let through, and that'll be interesting. Can he do enough on the Onyx? We know how the Marcel has been dominant early, has lost a couple times late, but this is Onyx and Team Falcons PH, their last chance to make their final statement before M8. It all comes down to this, $100,000 on the line for this third place match, but more so than that, the pride of the Philippines and Indonesia, expectation versus reality. Let's kick off our finals day here for MSC and send it over to our casters, Naisu and Leo.
After many matches and almost 2 weeks that lead us to this point, it's a third place match, a battle of pride, but also a whopping $100,000 between third and fourth place finishes here. We'll find out who gets the victory. It's me, Naisu, Leo, bringing this best of 5. And later on, the grand final is going to be amazing too, but this one is a rematch, Leo, all the way back from M5.
That was almost 3 years ago where they took it all the way to 7 games. Here tonight, they might be able to take it all the way to 5 games. Yeah. We're expecting a slobber knocker between these former champions of their respective regions. Flap here gets caught out, flickering through. Haji with the flare looking for the choke down. Lifts up Keyboy and puts him down just as quickly. Kyle with the steal. Oh my lord, a minute in. Attempted Grand Theft Purple. Can Kyrie stop him? Oh, he does.
He got it. All right, Kyrie secured it. Kyle's going to be able to get away here. It was interesting too in the draft because if I remember correctly, yesterday it was multiple times. Oh, hold on. All right, flicker burned. Keyboy should be, yeah, he's fine. He's on the Marcel. He's got enough mobility, but they went with this first pick, Marcel, who's kind of slipped through some of the drafts. He's been either banned out or teams have gone and picked him up. But it was Onyx that picked up the Hirara multiple times throughout yesterday's match.
Speaking of the Hirara, Kyle here put down to a quarter of his health. Oakwin stopping the backup from coming through. It's not just Onyx who has this identity that they're forcing through from yesterday's bouts. Even Falcons, you see them play the Esmeralda once again, the glue in Oakwin's hands that, 2 games in a row dismantled Yangon Galacticos' Yang on Yam, or the Burmese Ube. And then they still have Haji on the very high prio Zushin, who in the hands of Kaiser yesterday was the finisher. He was the MVP for sure of game number 5. We see here Haji in trouble. Crimson flare back, and that's one major tool out for this turtle.
Yeah. They want to fight for this first objective here. Some tools already used. Sans has his own beacon that he can play into. So they've got control around this turtle. I'm not sure if Falcons really wants to do too much. Kyle's trying to get his purple buff, but they may be forced into a fight here.
Oh, Kyle secures his own purple. But then again, the retribution was short. Kyrie secures. Now Ogun flickers back. No harm, no foul. No casualties just yet, but Onyx gets the big one.
Yeah, they get the objective. Looks like taking a little break here before this. Again, no first blood given just yet. And this is kind of the nature, man, of the compositions that we've seen, throughout MSC. It's like this push and pull factor. And a lot of that has been because of where the jungle meta is and it's fallen into. I mean, we heard Kyle share some of his thoughts leading into this matchup, exactly how he feels about the jungle meta.
I'd say that's partially true, but half of that truth, to make a better picture, is it's just these 2 teams.
Yeah.
It's rare that you see a full-on Titans of Southeast Asia clash in MSC. Look back at the last 2 weeks, Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
Look back at the last 2 weeks.
I'm looking back.
You see Yangon Galacticos with their own little flavor. Team Spirit.
With their own.
With the, the Dragon Davai play style. And then you have the likes of Vamos and Pro who are just oh so aggressive. This is the first time we're seeing 2 full-on, I'd say it's safe to say now, macro-centric lineups clash.
Yeah.
So that's why we're seeing such a surgical first 2 minutes.
I mean, again, they came into this matchup in high spirits. Got to see some of the antics on stage as they both came out, of course. But, one thing's for sure, in the game, in this best of 5, they're going to lay it on the line here. They're going to give it their all. We already talked about how it's that pride factor, but also the difference in terms of money. I mean, $100,000, man. In Philippine pesos, I think that's around 6 million pesos. In IDR,
don't even get me started.
I think like almost 2 billion, something like that. It's like almost 2 billion.
It's life-changing money.
It's life-changing money, even at this point.
And the fact that they can keep the brevity, harken back to their brotherhood, harken back to how far they've come and how many times they've played with each other. they decide to dance in their entrance. Like, that's just the kind of athletes and just young men they are, how much they love MLBB, while still acknowledging the stakes.
Yeah. I mean, they did mention that, you know, again, off of the Land of Dawn, they're the best of friends, right? It's always sometimes, I would say, looking at yesterday's interviews, that's one thing why I love, you know, when we get a chance to see Kid Bomba, for example, talk, you know, the way he speaks and the way he kind of, even his messages to the opponents, you know, a little bit more than the good luck, have fun, you know, that we see. But of course, when it comes down to the in-game, that's where you really see it kind of come to fruition here between both these teams. And as we wait a little bit longer to jump into this one, you know, that first game really kind of sets the pace of the entire series. But also, if you look at what, you know, for example, Falcons had to go through yesterday, you know, this sometimes in some cases a reverse sweep where it's you're down 0-2 and you got to come back to it. So it looks like we are back into the game. Let's go to jump back into this one. We're just under 3 minutes into this one, this first match again in this best of 5.
A minute and a half till Turtle spawns lower quarter. Not much of a distance. Flap and Lutpi have to go through. And if I'm reading the map correctly, I think Kyle might try to go ahead and play their side of the map a little more, since that first attempt at Grant the Purple kind of cost them.
Yeah, it didn't happen, right? But I feel like, too, when you just have the Harara, you're kind of allowed to do that. She's just got so many ways to move across the map and kind of avoid things, you know? It's like you're kind of self-reliant in yourself, although the most successful Harara gameplays that we've seen is because of your team being able to support that, right? So there's this kind of case where Harley probably does that. Oh, wow, okay, he's burning the flicker. So he's got that, but Harley essentially does the same thing. You know, you're pretty self-sufficient to be able to move around the map. You don't have to rely too much on your team until, you know, obviously you get to that mid or late game.
Yep, they have their stats skewed to one side slightly more on a spectrum of junglers between mobility and, you know, single-handed burst damage. Hajin when holding down the fort, stopping the rest of Onyx from actually crossing over. So both teams respecting their boundaries, their jurisdiction when it comes to stealing away and taking out resources from the other. About 20 seconds until the turtle spawns, lower quarter. This is as safe as it gets. Again, not more than a 500 gold swing either way.
Yeah, Leo, this is about as safe as it gets. It's like you're playing, there's your side of the map, here's the line. We're drawing it, we're going to stay on this side, you guys stay on that side. I mean, imagine, you know, 4.5 minutes in, no kills, no first bloods. Just that turtle is what they're fighting for. This one definitely looks like it's going to be resulting into at least this 4v4 as both gold laners still up on that top side of the map. Fighting for the second turtle. Luffy's going to jump in here.
Uh-oh, Keyboy running through. Haji bursted down, forced the Crimson Flare back, and Suns helped Kyrie score the kill via the deadly magics. Now Luffy jumping up. Ogun finds them out. In comes Kelra. Warning shots. Finds another kill on Ogun after a golden hour. Revitalize, making sure that the rest of Onyx are topped up, and in comes Lutfi. Finding a couple more. Down goes Kyle, down goes Flap, and that's all she wrote. Unless Marco wants more flying clouds. In comes Haji. Looking for that choke up. Sans will be able to save himself. In comes Keyboy. The jump back and the flicker will not save Marco. Wanton mayhem on Falcon's side of the map, resulting in 6 free kills plus the turtle for Onyx.
They just got a whole lot, man. We were just talking about how nothing had happened in those first, few minutes of the game, and then all of a sudden, boom. Look at this, 3,000 lead, you got 6 kills plus a turtle.
Joseph, a whole lot is an understatement. That was a metric ton of advantage that Onyx have scored in that minute-long sequence. Again, one more look. Maybe the fact that they got the mount was the sign of, okay, maybe we should try.
Yeah, I mean, again, even fighting in between the two turrets here, I thought the Falcons would be a little safe. But
that should have been. Yeah, that should have been, but no. The fact that there was a revitalize, and sure, despite the crowd control being sound for Falcons to an extent, it was still Onyx who was declaring and dictating where the fight happens. So now they're up 3,000 gold. Kelra can move around where he wants. And all right, say what you will about the Kirana and the Esmeralda kind of going where they want to. Uh-oh, they find Kyle once more, and there's no way Kyle survives this. Lutfi scores, and another mount. This should be a clear sign. The first time around it did not work out. Yep. Falcons should back off.
And I mean, even on this, golden hour used.
Uh-oh. Owen just chopped down to a little stomp as they force Patrick Star to take a dirt nap. Luffy gets knocked up, but again, there's no damage between Flap and Haji here. Falcons once again lose 2 for free.
I mean, what do you do? Kyrie, oh, he stops him.
He does, but the damage is real. Kyrie finds another. But there is a trade-off. Down goes Sands in mid. Haji did it up for Keyboy. What is he rocking? These enhanced basic attacks on the Marcel are doing work.
What is going on here for Falcons? I feel like across the map, it feels like Onyx is everywhere. And at this point, that's what they can do, man. Just continue to build this lead of 5,000 up ahead. The next turtle, last one, is coming up here. But look at this, Kyle. No breathing room.
That's it. We've seen Kirara survive a Deadly Magics through a sequence of spell vamps and iframes, but not like that. Not in a moment of, I don't know, savage vulnerability, because that's what it feels like, Joseph. About 2 to 3 minutes worth of that gung-ho intent that they had against Yangon Galacticos last night.
This feels like Onyx time, like in game one. I mean, for sure. You know, this is going to be the next turtle they get 3 for 3 there. You saw the difference for gold in the gold lane, man. 2,000, I think it was, for Kelra. I'm wondering, too, if he already had the Sky Piercer. I'm not sure if we saw that. If we can take a look at the items here to see where the gold lane is falling in. Yeah, so he's got the Sky Piercer. I'm not sure exactly when he picked it up, though.
Minimum 2 stacks.
Minimum 2 stacks. Malefic Roar already. I mean, think about it, man. You got a Malefic Roar, Hunter Strike, and Sky Piercer already at that 8-minute mark. That's why, you know, all they have to do is lay down Keyboy's golden hour. Here's some Rhapsody shots. There's the stacks. He got 4 stacks.
There you go. I counted minimum, so I'm like, all right, apparently he built it before the whole shebang went down.
Hey, man, if you could just line up Rhapsody shots and then guarantee them to hit after the golden hour is done, like, what else can you do?
Looking for more.
Take it out, bro. Take it out, Allah.
Again, better flickerless than dead. They will lose this tier 2, though.
Okay. It's a desktop audio for the Kambia case about. Bro, super போச்சு bro இன்னைக்கு மேட்ச். நீங்களே பாத்தீங்களா? நான் எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணல YG கம்பேக் கொடுப்பான்னு. ஆனா இன்ஸ்பிரிட் வான். இப்ப டேட் பொசிஷன் மேட்ச் பார்த்துட்டே இருக்கேன். இது பார்க்கலாம். காஞ்சரா bro, காஞ்சோ நெக்ஸ்ட் கேள்றா வெச்சு செய்யறானுங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மேட்ச். டிராஃப்ட் வேஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க லாஸ்ட் கேம் YG. சுத்தமா crowd control இல்ல, சுத்தமா ஏரியா ஆஃப் எஃபெக்ட் இல்ல. அவங்க லிட்டரலி அப்ஜெக்டிவே செஞ்சிருக்காங்க. ஃபுல்லா 3 டர்க்கிள் ஃப்ரீ, 2 லாடோ ஃப்ரீ. சுத்தமா வெயிட வேஸ்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு. அந்த சுயு பிக் இட் அப் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல். யூசுல்சின் எடுக்கணும். யூசுல்சின் எடுக்காம சுயு எடுத்துட்டானுங்க. அப்புறமா பேர் என்ன, பிளிங்க் ஒழுங்கா விளையாடல லாஸ்ட். அந்த பெலரிக் நல்லா பெலரிக் பிளேயர் ஒழுங்கா விளையாடு. சாரியா ஒடிக்கிறானுங்க ஃபால்கன்ஸ். நாய்ஸ் சப்ரஷன்னா எப்படி அப்படி ஆப்ஷன் சொல்லுங்க பாப்போம். நாய்ஸ் சப்ரஷன், how to keep noise suppression. ஃபில்டர்ல இருக்குமா ஒரு கேம் வந்து ப்ரோ இதுல ரெண்டு ஆப்ஷன் இருக்கு. என்ன ஆப்ஷன் போடணும்? குட் குவாலிட்டின்னு ஒரு இருக்கு, ஆரல் நாய்ஸ். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்பீக்ஸ் லோ லோ டிபி. லோன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா எனக்கு கம்பேட்டபிலிட்டி காமிக்குது, அதாவது டெசிபல் லெவல் எனக்கு காமிக்குது. என்னென்ன போடலாம் சொல்லுங்கள். ஆமா ஆமா, டெஸ்க்டாப் ஆடியோ தான். ஓகே ஓகே, இது தேவையில்லை அப்படின்னா டெலிட் பண்ணு. ஓகே, இது போயிட்டா ஓகே. நெக்ஸ்ட் குட் குவாலிட்டி. குட் குவாலிட்டி போட்டுக்கலாம். ஓகே, டன்னு டன்னுல க்ளோஸ். பார்த்துக்கலாம். ரீசெக் ரீசெக். ஓகேவா? இப்போ பிரச்சனையா இருக்கா? சூப்பர் ஆயிடுச்சா?
They still ended up getting it, Falcons, but it was not a matchup that she could win at that point.
Yeah, that's why I was looking for more poke and more damage through the center of the map for Falcons. We know how great the juice is, but in this scenario, knowing that you're up against a Valentina, Esme, and a Harley in the center, I know teams like to pick up the juice in as a response to the Harley, so that if ever you're the one that gets focused by the deadly magics, you back that damage. Control and put all of the damage pressure on your jungler against a Marcel.
Against one of the things that I think that's the thing with the meta right now. So many picks are over. Man, it's making me think that they could be going heavy front line here.
Yeah, to be fair, Paquito is still open. Yeah. Paquito in the gold lane for Kelra. Give it a Sea Halberd at some point so you get some form of basic attack damage. That would be good. And then you paired up with even more bursts in the center. So as you mentioned, the Farsa pack. Paquito into the Juicing and the Bellring. So they pick up the Vexana, one of the heroes that we did mention before this draft. Again, Onyx damage profile, their strong front is just good. In the mid as a means to support that jungler.
Have they had an answer to the field yet?
Could be the Moskov as they end up getting the Claude.
Additional audio.
The fact that they locked in this Vexana first, though, means they're definitely still thinking about how they want to round out this draft. But yes, Moskov could be an answer. I mean, it's not exactly an answer, but it doesn't get targeted down as easy. We haven't found any hard crowd control. Picking up the Uranus, also a little bit dangerous, because the reality is he has zero crowd control as well, and Fanny can just move right by him.
And it is the Paquito gold.
Yeah, they're willing to play into it despite the presence of the Juice and Esme and Belleric. They're feeling it today. Onyx is feeling it today.
Kelra mentioned he's more comfortable on a marksman, but he can play it.
Yeah, and this is where that Dyroth ban comes in, right? Knowing we're going to have this heavy front line where if a Dyroth comes in and shreds down the armor of this Uranus, shreds down the armor of this Paquito, there could be a problem. The Vexana also will be more protected. And now you have this big group where everyone can kind of stick together, Ube-esque, and the Fanny coming into that, it is a death ball for, so that is your answer. Instead of control, we just all stay together, and if Fanny comes in, we die.
No need to control it. We'll just all stay in a crowd. Onyx says they try to go back-to-back with wins. Can they take a 2-0 lead over Team Falcons PH? Nice to Leo.
Sounding போயிட்டு
I like it, man, you know.
Good drafting here for both sides.
Sound போயிட்டா next.
For Falcons after essentially that first
Sound உள்ளடா இருக்கா.
this is where you want to go ahead. Bring in some of your best heroes.
ஓ இதுல வால்யூம் 8 ன்னு இருக்கு.
But again, this is also Onyx, right? Remember when they brought up the Fanny Leo and
இத ஃபுல்லாக்க சொல்றாரா இல்லனா
against a Fanny here. And that's what I like the most is both
additional setting, more sound setting.
There are less questions than there are solutions.
More sound setting ல நம்ம ரெண்டு ஸ்பீக்கர் ஒரு மிரரிங் டிவைஸ்ல இல்ல தேவையில்லை நமக்கு. நான் இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணி வச்சது இன்டெல் தான் போட்டேன். அதனால அது ஓகேல.
In their minds, they want this to be game one, basically.
Volume mixer.
Nonetheless, Onyx, if they do happen to go in and secure this game, they'll be at that match point. And again, we've already talked
more
about
sound
what's on
setting
the line here.
voice one
playing into this one. Putting something like the Clone on Marco is way better, I feel like, than having that Clint, just because, again, you could be a little more self-reliant. He's got a Purify to work with. This
and
just the fact that he's really hard to kill on it. So some of that alleviated by the fact that you complemented well with a Jushin could help control some of these team fights, around this beacon and that lantern flare. Flap, usually pretty dominant on the Esmeralda. I mean, the XP lane is going to be, nothing fancy is going to happen against Uranus and Esmeralda. It's more of what happens into the first objective fight, which is just seconds away. It's interesting that
sound ulanga recording irundusala
rotations to bottom. I think they knew that both of those gold laners needed a little bit of help unlocking themselves.
Microphone
rotation. Loopy, man-to-man defense here on the Flap, trying to get a bit of damage before Flap actually hits level 4. The Prior actually does that first. Keyboy looking for a quick frigid breath to stop Flap from pushing in. Quick knock up on that lantern. Keyboy down to an 1/8 of its health. He does survive. Jumping full Storm Moon answer. Extra bodies for Onyx. Does help reset the turtle. Power comes through. A whole lot expended for this first turtle. Another big knockup.
Okay, Mike arel irukku. Ada enna pannuva?
Forcing him to go back guns with a little bit of burst damage from that Vex. Takes down the turtle.
free away
Kyle's purple, but
Mike arel change pannuma totala.
Oh, look at this threat.
illa idu the name dada na inga properties maatnuma
Kyle, but again, he wants to go ahead and secure his golem. And Sans are just here too. Oh,
Hey, Mayre, advance da enna advance? Enga irukku advance?
1 for 1, all in an effort to secure the golem.
Nee adukku mela solta irukku.
I think at this point, Kelra, he's happy to take it. It slows down.
Idile advance ku poi enna pandrena?
Oh no, another here comes Kyle. He wants to go and gain. But there's 3 of them there. Make that 4 if you're counting.
External mic la illa bro. External mic la nammalku illa.
Bank on Marco. Marco spent the past minute just taking away.
Oh, desktop. Oh, okay.
At the shield. So I guess he's just half happy with the.
Adana nanu yosicha bro. Ade appadi kekudunana.
At least Kyle's going to be able to get his orange buff. I didn't know if Onyx would continue to put pressure there.
Pesa manda ida kammi pannirlama first potala.
Here around the corner. Okay, nothing's gonna happen.
The voice kammi pandradla eda affect aguma
on both sides, but
okay
built up on either side off of that, but it's mainly that kind of nature, right? When you have a fan, you got to go ahead and help secure that jungle, and that's why Onyx knows. Pressure, keep it on the green camp, the small camps if you can. Slow that down a bit. You can see there was a small lead now in terms of XP being built up by Kyrie. And Kyrie slowly rotating, holding that brush.
Start test 68%.
Push his lock and try to steal away the purple. Kyle will get it, so this will allow him.
Panla approva panla na poite area check panni panna paakra. Are eppadi cancel pandrathu.
Stop his. Oh! That wall was the bane of Falcon's existence. Tower shot through. Cyclone Eye to get the safety. Oh man, Kyle is not.
Ayyo, pochra. Fania gali panna.
Off of an ionic edge. It's so Onyx. The Sky Kings are taking their second turtle as they apply more pressure on Falcon's jungle. I thought it was going to be the perfect escape, man. The cables.
Terinji okita Discord la pesnala repeat agudum stream ni paakranaala.
With the flicker to take him out. So now Onyx looking to be able to
Ogwin used that.
இல்ல நீ இங்க என்ன மியூட் பண்ணு டிஸ்கார்ட்ல நீ மியூட் பண்ணு ஸ்ட்ரீம் வழியா கேளு
One situation all over again. On it.
Yeah,
எவ்வளவு 300 நீ அம்மத்திலே வரே எனக்கு green signal காட்டுது
just like that.
ஓகே ஓகே டெஸ்க்டாப் சவுண்ட் எனக்கு தேவையே இல்ல அப்படின்னா எனக்கு ஈஸி நம்ம பேசுறதே பண்ணும்
we have that one team fight on still okay. This lead is building up. They gotta look for something to slow this down though. That's the big problem.
அப்படியே மாட்டி சொல்லு சூப்பரா மைக்க வெச்சிக்கோங்க டெஸ்க்டாப் கம்மி பண்ணுன்னு சொல்றேன்
a couple of major members of Onyx
ஆமாடா பண்ணிட்டா ஓபிஎஸ்ல பண்ணிட்ட கம்மி டெஸ்க்டாப்ல ஃபுல்லா
that small little avenue near the purple. This is tough.
பாட்ட இராரா காமன் ஆயிடுச்சு இராரா ஈஸியா இருக்குடா விளையாடுறதுக்கு இப்பலாம்
so the map is shrinking.
சும்மா உள்ள போனோம் வரணும் உள்ள போனோம் வரணும்
it's just they're kind of putting pressure where they need to on the camps here of Kyle, but no, because that's the thing. If you put enough pressure, you know.
இன்னைக்கு லிட்டரலி தொடர்ந்து 3 மேட்ச் எடுத்தனா எல்லா மேட்ச்லயும் சூப்பரா போயிடுச்சு
and Onyx can just continue press down on the wound here.
Get a quick knockout, but
waste
Marco couldn't make that blazing.
என்னடா ஃபிளாப் பண்றான் இந்த மேட்ச்
Over underneath 3. They got 4 AG coming in, knocking up the big 3, chopping him down.
வெக்ஸான் அவளா வெச்சு போடுறானுங்கடா இந்த எம்எஸ்சி
Kyrie finished what he started. He might better shut down on a Kyrie here.
No,
Kyrie gets away. Oh man, the mobility again with Hirara on the show.
என்னல அந்த எக்ஸைட்மென்ட் அடக்கவே முடியல ஓகே நாளைக்கு ஸ்ட்ரீம் போடலாம்னு விட்ட ஓகே சூப்பரான வைஜி செம்மையா கம்பேக் பண்ணிட்டாருங்க நான் வந்து ஸ்ட்ரீம் போட்டேன்
Brought to us by STC again, the Eternal Guard in this fight.
Enough
crowd control to keep Oakland in place. Obviously, Kyle comes in and gets the kill, but life too. So, you know, again, it's just Onyx playing to the advantage. And now we're going to see that continuing happen here on this side of the jungle. And they've already got this lead built up, 5,000.
Oh no, Onyx no.
Oh no.
They forced Kyle to retreat as he goes for his purple.
Hey, இன்னொரு யூடியூபர் வந்தாருடா அதாவது டான்டேன்னு ஒருத்தர் வந்தார் டான்டே கேமிங் அவரும் தமிழ்டா போல கள்ளக்குறிச்சி போல அவர் ஏரியா நேற்று வந்துட்டு ஃப்ரெண்ட் ரெக்வெஸ்ட் அந்த ஃபாலோ பண்ணேன் பரவாயில்ல ஓரளவுக்கு ரீச் ஆகுது 1.5 முடிக்கிறான போட்டிருக்கேன் ஓரளவுக்கு ரீச் ஆகுது
to work with. Technically 4. Because with perfect match, that's another body you have to worry about. Falcons are getting smothered here. It's literally just dude advantage. There's literally more pieces that Onyx are bringing in. And 8 minutes in, almost 8,000 up. The math does not side with Falcons.
I mean, you can see this. I mean, Loopy of all people on this Uranus, just go ahead, face off against 3-4 members of Falcons. Doesn't really matter. You know, he's not going to get shredded down at this point unless somehow
Falcons purified
just like we saw in game 1, being down, you know, 8,000 gold leading in to eventually
Philippines மடிப்பு கம்மியாய்
just to secure that and start approaching
third position matchல போயிட்டு பாசிவா விளையாடுறாங்க
2 turrets of Falcons.
And I would not doubt
GP.
In this next wave, they're able to actually pop that holy shield. Open falls once again. There should be some. Oh, Flap gets knocked out by Chalra underneath that inhibitor.
I don't know if there's any hope here, Leo. It looks grim.
இதெல்லாம் பார்த்தால தெரியுது எவ்வளவு மத்தியா நம்ம ஆடுறோம்
lineup here against Onyx. Kyle's got that choice. Oh, Harry jumping in. Just the beacon out there. They might just take a base turn now.
All right, the Siege Minion will fall.
இத ஒரு YG-ல TS கிட்ட 10k கோல் லீட் போனாரு அந்த இதுல 6th மேட்ச்ல வெச்சி செஞ்சானுங்க
Forward assault. Okay, he's been basically the bouncer that can't wait to get some quick knockout on a loop. Take down on mid. Kyle was dealing with the wave down bottom, and now they have to
clear. Delay ஆகுதோ மயிர ஆகுதோ நான் மேட்சை நான் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கேன்.
They still have a wave though. There is still a wave. And Marco's here. Waiting for staff at ALT blazing duet. Taken.
ஆமாடா டேய், இங்க 9 minutesல மேட்சை முடிச்சிட்டானுங்களா. கேம் 5 YG vs TS.
Back-to-back games.
ஆல்ல இங்க ஒனிக்கடா வின் ஆக போலடா. 2 மேட்ச் தொடர்ந்து முடிச்சிட்டாங்க.
I think once
டிலே ஆகுது. நான் என்னோட கண்ட்ரோல்ல இருக்கு. டிலே ஆகுது.
get something else for Haji and get it in the second phase.
Falcons have brought things back to some simplicity. The Atlas and the Fanny ban on blue side. Final ban coming in. You could still take out the Rats if you want. You could maybe even take out the Uranus here if you wanted. Keep it simple, and that forces the side of Onyx to take out the Marcel most likely.
உங்களை எப்படி மியூட் பண்ற? டிஸ்கார்ட் இல்ல
Go for the
கேட்டேன்.
Valentina, which again forces Onyx to most likely ban out the Marcel.
பாரு டிராஃப்ட் பாருங்கடா எப்படி பண்றானு. செலினா பேன். இவங்களே செலினாக்கு பயப்படுறானு.
And then on the other side, Onyx will get the Belleric. If they still let go of the Belleric, then Falcons should not.
Seen the
Uranus
banned twice and then picked up. That's been high priority for this matchup. It hasn't really worked out well in the hands of Falcons. Flat now trying to pick up something.
ஆமாடா இந்த யுரேனஸ்ல EXP லேன்ல எடுத்து இப்போ லேன் கட் பண்ணு.
Could be something that they go for.
You got to go for Marcel here. Marcel gets picked up, which is huge for Falcons. Unless, I mean, if Onyx has an answer to this right now, then I guess Onyx is.
மார்செல்லாம் மாட்டி அவங்க டீம்ல பிக் அப் இல்ல.
They take up the Harara. They go for Belleric here. I feel like Belleric is okay against the Marcel. You want someone that's going to come in.
Yeah,
no possible answer.
Just never.
ஆமா பாட்டியா EXP லேன் பரட்ஸ்.
So they go ahead and prioritize the Barats. Tough thing about this now is if you decide to pick up the Harley, you have another big stompy boy coming in through the EXP that could mess you up.
ஏய் அந்த ஸ்ட்ரீம் ஓடி சவுண்ட் கேக்குதா? நம்ம பேசுறது மட்டும் கேக்குதா?
They're going to get the deadly magic off on someone and with the
பின்ன ஓகே. டெஸ்க்டாப் இல்லாம கேக்குதா? பின்ன கரெக்ட்டா?
I think Jusin should not show up for any of these drafts and both of the mid
laners. நான் இது டெஸ்க்டாப் ஆடியோ வைக்காம கேக்குற ஸ்ட்ரீம் ஆடியோ கரெக்ட்டா?
Get Vexana back, get Low Yi back, Farsa, anyone who fills in that idea.
நீ ஏதாவது ஒரு ஆஃப்ல டேய் ஏமா ஏதாவது ஒரு ஆஃப்ல இரண்டுல கேட்டறனா கடுப்புடா. அவள் டிஸ்கார்ட் ஆஃப் பண்ணி டிஸ்கார்ட் ஆஃப் பண்ண ஜிபி கிட்ட பேசிட்டு
யூடியூப்ல நான் பேசுறது நீ 1 செகண்ட் கழிச்சு ரிப்ளை பண்றியா? ஒரு சரியான ட்ரிப் ஆகுது. யூடியூப்ல
டேய் பாரு நம்ம கிராண்ட் கேம் விளையாடுறலாம் கரெக்ட்டா அப்படியே சிங்க் ஆகும். ஓகே இது என்ன பிரச்சனை எனக்கு இப்ப எடோ நான் போட்டு விட்ட பாரு செட்டிங் ஏதோ பிரச்சனை.
I am a little bit worried. The only reason I'm worried on this side is because
duration fairல போறல சப்ரஷன் சொன்னாருன்னு போட்டேன்.
The Marcel. Maybe it doesn't work in practice, but they know what they're doing.
One thing that Onyx needs to ban out, I feel like, would be an R-lot for Flap. You see the Matilda, the Shachashka Matilda Barrets together. With all that dive and aggro, some strong
இந்த 300 அது சீன் டிரான்சிஷனுக்கு மொட்டோடா. இப்ப பாரு இவ்வளவு சீன் இருக்கா. ஸ்டார்ட் ஸ்ட்ரீம் எண்ட் டூர்னி ரீஸ்ட்ரீம் பிளேலிஸ்ட் இது அண்டர் இதுக்கு 300 ms டியூரேஷன் டிலே ஆகும். அவள்தான் ஓகே. ஆனா ஸ்ட்ரீம் போறேன்னு வச்சுக்கோ. ஸ்ட்ரீம் போனா என்னோட இந்த செட்டப் ஓகே.
One of the possible answers to that Marcel right there. You
stream போனா ranked game setup அது stream இப்ப ரீஸ்ட்ரீம் போனா டெஸ்க்டாப் கேப்சர் ஓகே. அந்த டிலேடா ஆமா அந்த டிலேடா ஆகும் ஓகே. புரியுதா? இப்ப எனக்கு டெஸ்க்டாப் கேப்சர்ல எனக்கு வந்துரும். ஏன்னா நான் செட்டப் அப்படி வச்சிருக்கேன்.
moving around the map. So possibly one of the things I was thinking about when they let this Marcel
so far we've seen EXP bans
நீங்க பாத்துக்கிட்டே நான் லாஸ்ட் மேட்ச் பார்த்து போ
mid lane on the side of Falcons, which is maybe going to open
தெரிஞ்சு ஒனிக்கு நான் வின் ஆகும் முடிஞ்சிரும் மோஸ்ட்.
It's a moot point if
this lead
யூடோரா டே பார் த டிபிக்கல் யூடோரா இந்த டோர்னமெண்ட் ஃபுல்லா 40-45 பிக் கிட்ட யூடோரா. பெலரிக்கு யூடோரா இராரா இல்லாரா பரட்ஸ் இந்த அவன் பேர் என்ன இவன் பாப்புலரைஸ் பண்ணி விட்டது பரட்ஸ் அந்த டீம் ஸ்பிரிட் கிட் பாம்பு
Get a lot of points in, but no, they go for the far side. I was asking for person, they got it. Oh, Nora! Sometimes I forget he exists. Game 1.
And I mean,
mainstream 2 hour 18 minutes.
This close, you have the Eudora, who's very close range, not a lot of range. A lot of Onyx is going to want to stick together a bit. Everyone's going to kind of want to huddle around this Matilda.
18 minutes, 20 seconds.
Kind of protect. Obviously, Aurora is going to be doing her own thing, but the Sora, one big shifting skies. And it could be detrimental to the way that Falcons wins here. You pair that up with Feathered Airstrike, Violent Requiem.
Vanda சொல்றேன் இன்னும் 20 செகண்ட் இருக்கு. ஆமாடா குனிவேரி ஹைப்பர், சோரா EXP, அஜி ஃபிளாப்.
They can still play fast. This line that they drafted is still very
Avigan தான இது tank வந்துச்சுடா. இல்ல 10 செகண்ட் இருக்கு.
Onyx series to win. Paquito in the gold lane for Kelra. 1 more
4, 3, 2,
we'll see if this can be the tie that earns them third place. Kelra had a chance against Onyx prior. And this time it was an Onyx matchup. Can he do it against the Philippines? This time representing Indonesia. Falcons and Onyx go up for game 3. Is it going to be a sweep in our that would be crazy, but I know some fans that would enjoy it. Let's send it over to Naisu and Leo.
The Philippine team, Joby out.
We got to get one on the board for Falcons. They need it, and their fans need it. I think they brought the draft here, though, Leo, to make that happen. I like what they brought to the table, just because, again, there's some first, there's some crowd control, and even the Marcel against what Onyx brought to game. The fact that they basically over 3 games changed their identity.
2 minutes, 19 minutes, 55 seconds.
We will fight and die.
There's
a lot of re-engage here.
Live time in
the hands of Keyboy.
Live time 5 hours 52 minutes
from both sides, and then we eventually just return back the Rovers protecting their junglers from getting early buffs.
Take a look at the emblems here too. It's a little scary, as you mentioned, on this Matilda, not only the mobility, but that focusing mark, the emblem there to go ahead and help. I mean, we already know the Eudora for Sands, like the burst potential there. Just yesterday, we saw Sunset Lover play it pretty much 5 games in a row, and you pair it up with this, even the emblem interaction, there's a good amount of burst that comes through to almost solidify yourself a kill. So then you get the numbers advantage, and you can work around that. Plus mobility.
365,560
barrier here for Luki, just because again, you already cover a lot of grounds with the flicker, but then now you have a Matilda, like that's great. But we're on the flip side with Falcon.
But that's
I can't forget about Sora too. I have to be on the same wavelength here with Renmar. You kind of forget about him, but just as we saw in the hands of Kid Bomba yesterday, you're reminded why he can be so deadly, especially when teams are kind of clumped up.
Near Umbrella District. That's how it will be written.
Good Sora can do. Kyle backing off. You see that there's 3 members of Onyx pushing forward.
This is Madhav.
Who'd have thought that by bringing a pair of boxing gloves to a gunfight, you could get away with a lot. Kelra's bullying Marco. I doubt the Marco can even double wave as soon as this.
வெளியே வர மாட்டேன் பாட்டியா என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னு 3 பேர் வந்துட்டானுங்க கண்டிப்பா ஓனிக்ல டர்ட்டில் செக்யூர் பண்ணு வேஸ்ட்ரா சோரா அல்ட் மிஸ்ரா சோரா அல்ட் மிஸ் செட்டுடா
That feather attack may be a lead too far out of the fight as Onyx barrels forward and 1,000 gold up.
Good enough burst, it seemed like, to be the case, but what happened there with Onyx?
இல்ல கரெக்டா வந்துச்சு இப்ப என்ன செட்டிங் நான் மாட்டனே தெரியல தப்பா வந்து
I mean, on the barracks alone, he just kind of separated the rest of
இல்லடா நீ ranked matchல பாரு கரெக்டா வரும் பேச முடியும்
on Flap when he tried to initiate things, and honestly, that kind of choreography for these objective fights is kind of what I expect, unless somehow Falcons.
இல்லடா நான் பாப்பல முடிச்சு த்ரீமா முடிச்சு கரெக்டா கமெண்ட் நான் தரேன்னு வெச்சு பாப்ப கரெக்டா அங்கேயோ கமெண்ட் வரும்
With having this Guinevere, with having Ogwin, on the Marcel. Now, the Golden Hour can help make that happen. You know,
அது இருக்கடா செய்யோ பாரு அது இந்த ஸ்ட்ரீம் போட்டு நான் போடுற வைஃபை கேவலமா இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் அதனால அது டிலே
To be fair, Ogun wasn't ready quite yet, and that means 4
நான் ஒன்னும் வைக்கலடா சீன் டிரான்சிஷனுக்கு நான் டிலே
down to help disrupt Onyx form.
என்னடா காமெடி பண்ற அத கூட கம்மி பண்ணிரலாம் தோணுது நீ சொல்றத
resource. So going in the turtle number 2, spawning in the lower quarter, out in about 30 seconds and change.
அது ஜீரோல வெச்சால ஒரு ஹீரோ பார்க்க மாட்டீங்க ஏய் இது குனிவரி ஜம்ப் பாப்போம் ஐயோ மிஸ் பண்ணிட்டானே மிஸ் பண்ணிட்டு சாவறான்
Flap goes down too by Kyron's Blaze. On it, going no quarter.
ஜம்ப் பண்ண முடியே லாக் பண்ணிட்டு வர
Bloodthirsty finds
jump பண்ண முறை glock பண்ணி
even before that Kyrie play, give it up to Lutfi, man, to be able to go ahead and respond that fast. Again, he saw that Kyle came through. Daytona's welcome, flickered defensively to get him closer to the team fight. As we look at the replay, that's what I was talking about. Boom, right there, sets things up. Stan's also coming through to make sure that he got that stun off to make sure Lutfi survived. And of course, Kyrie cleaned things up under a tier 2
55.
Man, it's not looking good in game 3.
Turtle number 2 is looking like a non-starter.
23 minutes, 55.
Welcome. Good amount of nothing. He's chomped down.
2 hours, 24 minutes, 6 seconds.
Consolation prize for Falcons. They are in no shape to contest.
Biggest lead we've seen so far throughout these 3 games. Onyx came in and stalled out a little bit so that Kyrie can go ahead and grab his buff. Again, already sitting at 3-0.
நான் ஸ்ட்ரீம்ல இப்ப violet buff எடுத்து முடிச்சிட்டு வருது.
It's going to be really difficult to play against, and that's why even your front line
game time 5-4
hard time here, because even if they put themselves in this, I mean, look at that. You either get stunned, you get chomped. Oh, they're going to slow this down a little bit, but I mean, you buy an extra second or two with the golden hour, and Turtle secured for Onyx.
5-17.
Onyx knows that they were going to get the turtle anyways, but they saw that Marco was
டேய் போர் அதான் நான் சொல்றேன் கரெக்ட்டா இருக்கு மயிரே நீங்க டிலேல பார்த்து என்ன காமெடி பண்ணிட்டு
they'll help keep this lead down to a palpable 3K.
டேய் 2-0 வெஸ்டரா ஆட மாட்டேன் ஓ 0
I'd say it's still just
0
the
enter
turtle that
ஏய் என்னடா
riding on that puts him up at about 4
அடே இரு என்ன ஆகுது வெளிய போயிடு
with a circling eagle. Onyx refused to give anything over to Team Falcons.
Falcons was so close to
இல்ல
one
மிஸ்
on the board, and then Keyboy is able to survive.
மாற மாட்டீரு
That purify, even if they popped it, you still have the shields to go ahead and keep him alive. Really good
பண்ண முடியல பண்ணா 200 போயிருக்கு
Oh, Kelra, an airstrike. Kelra coming in for the flat stop. Might take a Haji, but Haji does get the fly off even with the
வெயிட் பண்ணு பாப்போம் என்ன ஓகே 150 100
punches him down.
50
Golden hour will not save him from Sans though.
50 கீழ போக மாட்டி ஓகே 50 ல இருக்கட்டும்
At least Falcons is on the board, but man, again, you're seeing it. Onyx playing around the lead that they have, and you know one of the difficult things here as you see these fights break out is just
ஓரளவுக்கு ஓகே மேட்ச் ஆயிருக்கும் என்னடா இந்த ஸ்கோர் ஏமன்ட்ட மாதிரி பண்ணிட்டு
okay. So at least a battle spell expended. But again, it's weaving into these fights. The thing that Onyx lineup does so well, especially with Kelra or Kyrie.
அதே உனக்கு 5 செகண்ட் கம்மியா வரும் எனக்கு 52 போகுது 53
leading up the loot underneath.
நான் அதான் சொல்றேனே அது இல்ல அது டிரான்சிஷனுக்கு தான் அந்த கணக்கு ஒன்னா கேட்க மாட்டான்
Guiding away to the headline, wanted to make a play, and then they got
எனக்கு அந்த ஆப்ஷனே காட்டல நான் மாட்டேன் 0
It happened as we were swinging the camera over, and then it happened. So turtle number 3 had actually Falcons later again. Okay, it looks like Onyx are not going to contest, so they accept the failure of their fumble.
கூடுங்க வேணாம் stream snipe பண்ணிட்டாலும் நம்மளவன்
Yeah, that's when you say, you know, that's my bad, right? But
MB, go again.
MB, go again. Falcons able to get the last turtle. They still have some ground to cover, though. They're down a bit, a few thousand gold up to this point.
இது சும்மா at this point Philippines சும்மா skin flex பண்றாங்க அவ்வளவுதான் விளையாட மாட்டாங்க
Wings my wings out.
எல்லாரும் skin வச்சிருக்காங்க
Look at the items, see where Super Marco is. Again, okay, so he's got his 2 items. He's working on his third. That golden staff is what he needs.
Third place க்கு எவ்வளவு price pool னு தெரியுமாடா
He's done a really good job despite how things have kind of fallen
$1 lakh
early game for Falcons. You know, your gold laner for Falcons is really what you're
First
leaning
place
towards.
எவ்வளவு தெரியுமா?
Haji too, only having the glowing
$1
one.
million.
When it drops down a feathered airstrike, it's got some damage. So Falcons just wait. A little bit of a
அப்படியே செட்டில் ஆயிருவானுங்க. அப்ப இப்ப ரஷ்யா டீம் வின் ஆயிச்சு பாரு, அவனுங்களா செட்டில் ஆயிருவானுங்க.
Falcons have to play this very precariously. A minute until
என்ன இது அவனுங்களுக்கு அந்த டீம் காஸ்ட் கோச் காஸ்ட் அது டெடக்ட் பண்ணி கையில வரும் கம்மியா வரும், ஆனாலுமே செட்டில் ஆயிருவானு. மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் பாடி முடிச்சுட்டா தருவாங்க. நைஸ் ஃபைட். என்னடா பியூரிஃபை தப்பா அனுப்பிட்டான் பார்த்தா.
pushing them back, but they're not done.
இல்ல ஃபார்ஸா தப்பா பண்ணிட்டான். பியூரிஃபை டக்குன்னு ஃபர்ஸ்டே பண்ணிருக்கணும், ரொம்ப லேட்டா போய்.
Gets the upper hand in that one. Sands unfortunately had to deal with the spatial migration coming through from Kyle. Checking Ogun here. They're going to take down the tier 1 in mid. So Onyx.
Bharat இப்போ ஓபியா இருக்கு பாருங்க.
You know, but Falcons are showing some fight here. They're showing some promise.
Literally நேத்து semi-finals को next qualifier fulla Bharat rara daily pick EXP lane.
That's great, but then this fight kind of gets split up, you know, and they don't really have the room to work with here.
இந்த மேட்சுக்கு நெக்ஸ்ட் இந்த மேட்ச் இல்ல சாரி TS plus YG பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஃபுல்லா பேன் பண்ணிட்டாரு. நானுங்க மேட்ச் 4ல இருந்து பாரத்
upper hand in terms of itemization for Onyx, and now this Lord is up, so they got control of it.
அண்ண கிட்பா மக் பாரத் லப்பு யுரேனஸ் தான் வருது, மீடியா ஒன்னும் வரல.
Flap holding this brush.
எஸ்மரல் அவர்தா வெச்சி சோக் பண்ணிட்டானுங்க. ஆர்லாட் கோனி வெரி காம்போ
throw him out there. And look at Kelra.
Kelra பேர்ல டைராட் டைராட்ட வெச்சி அடிச்சு போட்டானுங்க எஸ்மரல்.
All this while Onyx is also just threatening the dance. Makes it so
weird
for Falcons. Like, what are they connecting? Sure, they have a behind. Sure, they have the wings by wings, but those are massive resources they're going to need.
நீங்க ரெண்டு பேரோட பார்த்து இருக்கீங்க.
Who's up by about 4,500 gold. Throwing it over.
அவர் நைட் வருவார், நைட் ஒரு 12:30 மாதிரி வருவார் உள்ள.
Jumps through.
வந்து பார்த்து கமெண்ட் போடுங்க.
The perfect blazing duet entry. There's some wing.
அவர் நைட்ல எண்டிஸ்ட் இருக்கார். அவர் லைவ் முடிஞ்சோண்டா வரார் நம்ம லைவ். அவர் லைவ் முடிச்சார், அவர் முடிச்சுட்டா வராரு நம்ம லைவ். டெய்லியுமே சீக்கிரம் முடிச்சிடறாரு. அவனுங்க டீம் தூங்கி இருந்து சீக்கிரம். நம்மடா லேட் நைட் ஆடுறோம். கைரிய பாருடா டான்ஸ் ஆடுது மேப்ல.
Oh man,
மேப்ல டான்ஸ் ஆடுற.
They've got waves pushing in here. They'll take what they want. It's Hunger Games right now. Look at the replay here by SDC again.
அவள பஸ்ட் ஆயிட்டான் பாரு குனி வெரி பாட்டு.
Falcons from start to finish. And the team fighting here by Onyx again, just able to kind of dissect the fight.
Hey, இல்ல என்ன ஆச்சுன்னு தெரியலடா பிலிப்பின் டீமுக்கு இந்த டைம்.
I counted 5, but that's why they come up.
Falcons கூட விடு. டீம் லிக்விட் சரியா நார்த் அமெரிக்கா அவுட் ஆயிட்டானுங்கடா. நார்த் அமெரிக்கா சரியான இது அவங்களுக்கு லெட் டவுன். நார்த் அமெரிக்கா டீம் கிட்ட அவுட் ஆறானுங்க. நார்த் அமெரிக்கால அவ்வளவு விளையாடவே இல்லை. இந்தியா டீம் சோக் ஆயிடுச்சுடா. இந்தியா டீம்ல ஒரு மேட்ச் அவுட் ஆகாம வெளியே வந்துட்டு வின் ஆகாம வெளியே வந்துட்டான். குவாலிஃபயர் இல்ல, அதுக்கு பேரு குரூப் ஸ்டேஜ்.
You know, again, it's just you've got these items locked in that you needed.
அதுல ஷார்ட் லிஸ்ட் பண்ணுவானுங்க. டாப் 16 டீம் அதுல போயிட்டாங்க. டாப் 16 இல்ல டாப் 8.
After the top lane inhibitor crashes, so Falcons are just staunching the bleeding here. Feather Death Strike coming in from Haji, blasting away those waves, and they will save a mid lane inhibitor. Top lane still getting bottom.
ஆமா, மார்ஷல் எடுத்த எல்லா மேட்ச் அவுட் ஆறாங்க. டோர்னமெண்ட் ரேங்க்ல வின் ஆறானுங்க. டோர்னமெண்ட்ல அவுட்.
Looking a person down, Ogun looking for the punish, and Kyrie survives.
Okay, I guess Kyrie's like, you know what, if you guys are going to deal with the defense, I might as well just go ahead and hit the crystal.
ஒரு மேட்ச் மட்டும் பாட்ட மார்ஷல் இருக்கும்படி கிராண்டர்ல அந்த மேட்ச்ல வின் ஆயிடுச்சு. ஆனா மார்ஷல் இருக்கும்படி ஃபாலோ அப் இல்லனா
set up. He doesn't have many stacks. Gonna throw out the rocket here.
Moves up Ogwin. Panther with a better airstrike.
பாரு ஐஸ் play.
Lightning form by Flap. Lutfi put down on 8 of his health. Keller trying to do the same. Kyrie was doing the base except on that lower.
அவனுக்கு மெயின் டேமேஜ் பார்ட்ஸ் ஆக்கலாடுறான் அதே
prize at least. We can say that the Philippines' last representative is just on point, keeping it on lockdown when it comes to the defense.
They holding on, man. They have to.
அஞ்சில எவ்வளவு பெரிய பிளேயர் அவனே உட்கார
This
வைக்கிறான்
deficit that Falcons is against almost 10,000. You know, they've only got a couple turrets that are down on the map to work with. They're nearly down to the last base turrets here. 2 stand for Falcons, and honestly, all these team fights have just been Onyx throughout.
இவனுங்க சும்மா பொண்ணே ஜூம் பண்ணி காமிக்கிறான்
or two, but Falcons just doesn't have the it just doesn't seem like they have the ability to win these team fights just yet, unless something goes really wrong here for Onyx. There's so much vision provided that kind of take into this, because you know you have control across the jungle. Your Lord's coming up here in 15. I would be surprised if Falcons tries to contest it.
Realistically speaking, the best thing the Falcons can hope for is a pickoff of Onyx. But wait, they do force Ogwin here to back off. I think he held on to his Purify, so he is fine. I think Onyx are also looking for Falcons to slip up.
மட்டில்ல சரியான பிக் அதல எடுத்தாலே ஹீலிங் சூப்பரா
here to confirm this ward and to confirm the end. That was welcome answered by a Requiem here.
Purify.
Ults spent already, as well as the feathered airstrike.
Those are big ults that are expended by Falcons. I don't think you want to be anywhere near this Lord.
Whoa! Big knockup on Lutfi once again. He answered the Dennis welcome. Golden Hour trying to save that one.
என்னடா இந்த சோரா ரொம்ப சோக் ஆகுறா இந்த சோரா இல்ல மார்சலியே போட்டுச்சுன்னா அவங்க கண்டெஸ்ட் வரக்கூடாது
Straight up for Flap. Sounds goes down as well. 2 for 1. Make it 3. Marco chase it. Kyrie in the wind of nature saves bulletproof Marco now inside the base.
என்னடா பண்ணு கைரி
He sees the base exposed to a couple minions.
ஓகே டக்குனு ஸ்வாப் பண்ணிட்டு பாரு ஐட்டமை பாட்டியா
Looking to stop Kyrie from taking
item swap
from Falcons. The ending tally 3 for 1, but the Lord is still inside Falcons base.
Okay, that was a fight. The Falcons ends up getting under their belt. They got to deal with this Lord. It's going to be cleared out. Good thing for Haji and Super Marco to be up there. Again, they're slowly but surely getting into a fighting position. But man, did that take some work. And also, some mistakes made by Onyx into that one. I mean, I guess they just the goal.
திரும்பி விக்கெட் வாங்கிட்டான் பாட்டியா இமர்டிட் திரும்பி விக்கெட் ரோஸ் வாங்கிட்டான்
Falcons, they got caught by Kyle's spatial migration, Requiem combo.
கைரினா கைரிடா.
Keep Onyx in check.
There was for the first time in about maybe 10 minutes. Kyle was able to taste the purple, and it was the one he stole away from Kyrie. What's the most impressive out of this is the fact that no purifier
கிராஸ் மேப் இருந்தாலே யூடரா எடுத்துறானுங்க இப்ப சும்மா அது மாதிரி பாட்டு எடுத்துறோம்
at the right time for their positioning to matter and for them to split Onyx up like that. If this happens once more,
இப்ப இது சரியான அடிஷன் தெரியுமா இதான கிராஸ் கிளவுட் வால்ஸ் ரிவர் அந்த அடிஷன்ல எல்லாருமே அட்வான்டேஜ் எடுத்துக்கிறாங்க ஹீரோ பூல் இந்த ஹீரோஸ்லாம் இதுல எடுக்கணும் கொஞ்சம் எடுக்க கூடாது அது மாதிரி அட்வான்டேஜ் நம்ம அது கூட பார்க்கவே மாட்டோம் ஆக்சுவலா நம்ம சும்மா எடி எடுக்கிறோமா இவனுக்கு அதெல்லாம் பார்த்து எடுப்போம்
to flip this game over. They've done an amazing job holding on to the 2 base turrets too that they had to. Again, even seeing 2 lords being secured by Onyx, they only lost that 1 base turret. They maintain here. Now, they still have some time to go ahead and do something before this next lord comes up, but that's why Onyx is just kind of playing the patient game.
Overwatch right now. You make the wrong move, get in range in the wrong spot, and it's over. It's a pick-off, and then next thing you know, Falcons can't even contest, can't even leave their base. So they're sending bodies here to try and confirm a slow push on this tier 1 down bottom. Onyx knows this. It's just
லுட்டி ஒரு டேமேஜ் டேக்கன் அப்ப எங்கயோ இருக்கு மற்றவங்களுக்கு கம்பேர் பண்ண
He did get the Thundering Wrath out here, so ultimate use, but again, that's short cooldown up to this point too. Suns will have that back up before they maybe commit to this Lord.
இவனுங்க பைண்ட் சாவறானுங்கடா ஃபால்கன். லாஸ்ட் மேட்ச் அட்லஸ்க்கு மியூன் பியூரிஃபை, இந்த மேட்ச் இவனுங்க மியூன் பியூரிஃபை மட்டில்டா புரியல. பைண்ட் சாவறான் அது பறக்க முடியே பியூரிஃபை போட்டா எரிஞ்சிரும் கீழே. நெக்ஸ்ட் அதே மாதிரி பராட் சால்ட்டுக்கு வச்சிருக்காங்களா என்னன்னு தெரியல. யூரோரா ஒரு இது ஆனா மெயின் இது பராட் சீட் கரெக்டா ஹைப்பரை பிடிக்கிறான் அந்த பராட். ஐயோ என்னடா பிளே இது பாத்தீங்களா லுட்பி என்ன பண்ணானு. எல்லாரும் ஐட்டம் ஸ்வாப் பண்றாங்கடா. இமார்டிலிட்டி போச்சு போனோன்னு இத கைப்பியர் இத ஐஸ் போடுது. ஐஸ் போட்டு
They want to take down the base turrets now. Super Marco had to pop his win in nature with the pressure from Kelra onto that fight. So now backs against the wall. They want to stay in this.
All the match முடிஞ்சிச்சு. அங்க ரெண்டு மெம்பர் இல்ல.
Inhibitor fall, circling eagle by Keyboy. Minutes away. Seconds.
ஐயோ பாட்டு வா ஃபிளிக்கர் அல்ட் பராட்.
Delivered sweet revenge.
All the complete sweep direct 0-3.
Who would have thought it would have been a sweep for Onyx? But they made it happen.
All the $1 lakh secured.
But still clean as ever. And this one was definitely on top.
Place fit teams GG.
நம்மள போக முடியாது. நம்மளுக்கு வேலை வெட்டி இல்ல பாரு.
As has been had. And even this one, you know, this series when a lot of people thought this would potentially be the grand final. Well,
அத லைஃப் டைம் செட்டில்மென்ட் ஆனா process ரொம்ப பெருசு தம்பி. செலக்ஷன் இருக்கு. என்னது ரெப்யூட்டேஷன் வரணும். இது அவுட் ரீச்சிங் இருக்கு. கம்யூனிட்டி ஃபார்ம் ஆகணும். நீ இந்தியா லெவல்ல போனோம்லடா. எல்லாருக்கிட்டையும் கனெக்ஷன் பண்ணி பேசி மேனேஜர்லாம் பேசணும். சும்மா இல்ல அது ஓகே. எப்படி சும்மாவா கையை காசு தந்துருவோம். நிறைய ப்ரொசீஜர் இருக்கு போறது. நம்ம பண்ற மாதிரி ஃப்ரீலான்சிங்க பண்ணவே முடியும். ஏதாவது ஒரு பிளாட்ஃபார்ம்ல ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணும் நம்ம வர்த்தி அப்படின்னு. அந்த வர்த்தி ப்ரூவ் பண்ணிட்டு ரீச் பண்ணி அது மாதிரி தான். இல்லைன்னா பண்ணவே ரெண்டு பேரும் யூடராவோ பராட் ரெண்டோ போறது பரைஸ் பார்க்கவே சூப்பரா இருக்கு. ஆடலாடா பார்க்கவே சூப்பரா இருக்கு பர் மேட்ச்.
I think, you know, as we saw this one unfold, history will rewrite itself later on. But right now, we're going to throw it over on stage with Rose. I believe Kelra for an
Placer match
ஆமா இப்ப சும்மா கேள்றா கிட்ட இன்டர்வியூ பண்ணிடுவானுங்க இவன்.
Okay, I'll talk about this where you told that. And last, although unfortunate, he had to play for the battle of third once again, but he said
அவன் தான் அந்த டோன்ட் ஹேவ் எட் கான்டாக்ட்.
Maybe next year it's going to be in the grand finals, no? Maybe next year.
அவன் கான்டாக்ட் அவன் கேட்டானா என்ன டோர்னமென்ட்னு கேட்க.
Okay, now let's talk about this match up because we know it's like
நாங்க பண்ணவே இல்ல என்ன டோர்னமென்ட்
and Team Falcons Philippines like an M5 rematch, right? M5 grand finals. How do you feel about
பரவால ஒனிக் நான் போட்ட பெட் தான் கரெக்ட்டா இருக்கு. இன்னொரு அவுட் ஆயிடுச்சு. இன்னொரு போட்ட பெட் டீம் ஸ்பிரிட்ல ஜெயிச்சானுங்க மைன்.
Yung in-expect ng mga tao sa nung una sa yung magkakapatis kami ng Falcons sa grand finals na lang. Kaso ito battle for third eh.
First round team spirit win.
So, nag-expect talaga na makakapasok yung
நாரி எனக்கு போடுறதுக்கு கஸ்காயின் இல்ல நல்ல போடல. சரியான வைண்ட் அப் தான். நல்ல மேட்ச் எனக்கு. இது வேஸ்ட் மேட்ச். பிலிப்பின் மேட்ச் ஸ்ட்ரோக் ஆயிட்டாங்க. இந்தோனேசியன்ஸ் won.
Team spirit.
Parang nag-ano yun na umaga hindi naman end up eh.
என்னடா அவனும் லாங்குவேஜ்ல பேசுறான்.
They can actually give us surprise. That's it, GOF?
Yeah.
What are your expectations for your next tournament then?
Voice break.
Mag-perform kami sa GOF muna kasi yun yung pinakamalapit na tournament namin and in-expect ko sa team namin na magiging aral sa amin yung mga nangyari dito na
Valentine la box ya.
Sa AWC.
for his next tournament, obviously. He has one coming up really shortly.
Inik
So he's
apide vandu sila
expecting
boost
to
1000
learn
edada
from their
vandu
mistakes here and apply to their future tournaments to hopefully gain better results. So Kelra, any message to the fans who are here supporting you guys? I see so many Sonics, Onyx fans
ade na
here in
moonu
Paris
erkanave vechirukka Cloud Giant
for you guys. And of
next
course,
and
those that are
Leomod
supporting you back at home online.
Leomod Cloud naalo irukku
Sumusuporta sa amin. Maraming salamat sa mga pumunta na mga nag-effort na Indonesia.
Seri okay alla Indonesia mairadi
Thank you so much, Kelra. I hope to see you on the next tournament once again. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Onyx finishes.
ஆமா அவனுங்க வந்து நம்ம ஸ்ட்ரீம் தான் கண்டுபிடிப்பானுங்க 1000 ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரீம் இருக்கும் அதில் நம்மளோட பாப்போம்
Thank you very much. With that, let us show it to the panel.
The Sonic representation here in
ஓகே சூப்பர் தேர்ட் பிளேஸ் ஓகே இந்த டைம்ல ஒரு சேஞ்ச் இருக்கு டாப் 3ல பிலிப்பீன்ஸ் வரவே இல்லை எப்பயுமே MSC லிட்டரலி பிலிப்பீன்ஸ் மட்டும் வின்னே ஆயிருக்கானுங்க 2 days ஆனா இன்னைக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டீம் ரஷ்யன் செகண்ட் மியான்மர் third Indonesia Philippines top 3 illave
that's for sure. Heading back to our panel, guys.
Paravala oru news
it's a third place match that doesn't give us too much drama, doesn't give us too many storylines to throw in, but it just makes it very clear it was a day for Indonesia. It was a day for Elra and